Hello, it's me. Did you ever make it out of that town where nothing ever happened? Hey, y'all, it's your girl J9E. Get your little behinds in here. We're gonna watch something. Hey, Josh. Mama. Mama. Hey, boo. They call me Big Mitch. Ooh, Larry Hoover. Whipping work. Ooh, hallelujah. Sherry Wimpy, hey boo. Matt Mittens, Zinnia, Denise, Tequila, Danny, Reds, Erica. Hey Pumpkin. Let's see. We'll do this and push this button here and then do that. How's everybody doing tonight, huh? Eh? Let's see. We're gonna click on this and then we're gonna do this right here. Betty Patterson, hey boo. Hey. Hey Pumpkin. How you feeling? How you feeling? How you feeling? Let's see. Marilyn, hey boo. I'm trying to put a little memberships thing in here. We gotta be efficient. We gotta. Oh, Sherry says tired. It's a long day. It's been a long day. Oh, I can tell y'all. I got my washer and dryer. No more laundry day. Oh, I hated laundry day. I'm not used to have to leave this house and go to this place with nothing but strangers and go and do laundry. Of course, I would just put it in there and then go sit in my car. But still, I had to be there. And I had to be away from my computer. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. It was torture. Just the worst. First world problems, ain't it? Show poodles, hey boo. Yes, hey y'all from the Gulf Coast, honey. And Antonio, Marion. I don't think he was in court today. But what I wanted to do was, I got a little bit of Daryl. Yes, I do. But I also, okay, also, I wanted to um think react to this. You guys hear about this guy who killed his mom? Like in 2019, this man was like for oh wait, let me push this button before I forget. Okay. All right. I have pinned the membership link to the top of the chat. Wait, did I? Yeah, I did. Okay. All right. So that's done. Okay. So yeah, so this guy apparently he was supposed to, hey Terry, hey Cray Cray, hey boo. Hey Andrew Lewis, how you doing, pumpkins? Hmm. Alan Bard, gone girl, girl gone, gone girl gone. But he was due to turn himself into jail, right? And this is in 2019. And then the day that he was supposed to turn himself in, his mother was cooking him like what was going to be his last, I guess, breakfast or dinner or whatever, before he turned himself in. So while she's cooking him his food, just being a sweet little mama, sending her baby off with a good, nice, full meal, this piece of shit decides to eat, her in her neck and face. And then after he done that, he then decided to take a weight that like the weight that you put on the bell, on the dumbbell things or whatever, and beat her head in after he'd already killed her. Like this is what this dude done. This dude you see here with the glasses, the suspicious glasses. This is what this man done. So I thought it would be interesting to watch. Like I think today they gave him his sentence or whatever. So I thought it would be interesting. I just came across it, whatever. But I kind of gave you guys the rundown. I was gonna go over this thing, read it to you, what the situation, but I think I just covered it. I didn't like the. He didn't even get to eat the food. He did this while she was still cooking. He was such a dude. She didn't even. I mean, Jesus. Hey, Arlene, Lisa, Lulu. Hey, boo boo. Says Richard Merritt, a disgraced lawyer, is accused of killing his mother on the day he was supposed to report to prison for unrelated financial crimes. And it was financial crimes. It wasn't even like it was like, you know, you know what I'm saying? Like violent crimes that he done. It was financial crimes was what he was going to jail for. And he does this. it, that seems insane. So, for unrelated financial crimes in February of 2019, prosecutors believe Merritt brutally struck his 77-year-old Shirley Merritt, his mother, while she was cooking him what was what was supposed to be his last meal before he went off to prison. Merritt allegedly stabbed his his mother multiple times in the back and face. The force the was so large that the handle of the knife he was using broke off. This is his mother. This poor lady, she is over here trying to just make her kid, her son, who she raised, probably breastfed. Hey, B Blanco. Hey, boo. Probably breastfed his selfish ass, and this is what he do. Just evil. You hear me? Just evil. Oh, thank you, Samantha. Mama, I'm here today. I missed everyone yesterday. Oh, we missed you too, boo boo. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Mama love you, Samantha. Yes, she do. Thank you, boo. Thank you very much. Hey, Aaron. Hey, boo. Hey, fellow Janine. Uh-huh. Hey, my fellow Janine. Investigators also found a 35-pound dumbbell with hair and blood on it that Merritt allegedly used to beat his mom's head in. Immediately after the murder, Merritt took off to Tennessee, where he lived under a new alias. He went to Tennessee and was living as a whole nother human. Okay. Okay. He got a job at a bar. Okay. Started online dating because this is what you find online when you online dating. And this is why you ain't supposed to be on here. Okay. And met a new girlfriend. He found a girlfriend online dating after beating his mother's face in with a weight. Okay. His mother. Oh my God. Crazy KC. Let's see. 8 months later, U.S. Marshals caught up with Merritt and arrested him for the horrifying crime. Yes. Yes, they did. They definitely did. Okay. But this is him. He looked like somebody that I've seen before. I shit you fucking not. Don't he just look like somebody you seen before? I feel like I seen this guy. I don't know where, but I feel like I saw him. He just looked like somebody you done seen. I wonder why he done it. Like, what is she? What did she like? Burn his bacon or something? Like, what? What happened? What happened, bro? What happened? Did you like? What did she say? She was gonna be super sad that you was gonna be gone, and you was like, "Oh, I don't want to leave her like this." I don't want her to be sad while I'm in jail. Well, now you're gonna be in there forever. I don't know how long you was gonna be in. I highly doubt you were gonna be in there forever if they gave you time to then where you were gonna be turning yourself in for jail, for prison. If they're gonna give you life forever, they ain't gonna be like, okay, show up this day for we can lock you up. They're not gonna do that because you're gonna flee. You're going to Mexico for sure. So I know that wasn't the case. So now you're going forever. Like, what was going on with that? Like, it was financial crimes. Like, what was he murdering the money? I mean, uh, that seems like a jump to me. Is all I'm saying. It just seems like a jump. Oh my god. Yes, right. The brains leave with the hair. Look at this. It's pointy too, just like Daryl's. Look at that. There's something to that. I'm telling you, there's something to it. It's something to it. Rick G said, "Good morning from the Philippines, honey." He got upset when she joked about how while he was in prison, he was going to be married to the inmate with the most ramen packs. I know that's right. It ain't like she was lying. I don't know why he would get so mad, Steve. I don't know why. Oh my god, exactly, Reds. Apparently more than one dumbbell in that room. Absolutely, honey. Just big dumb. Oh. Let's see. I mean, he looks like the cop that got convicted of killing. Oh, that's who he looks like. What was his name? What was that guy's name with his hands in his pockets? Where he had his hands in his pockets while he's just resting his knee on that dude's neck. What was his name? I know it if I see it, but I can't remember it. I can't remember it. Mama's memory ain't set up like that. Oh. That's what he looks like though. That's why he looks familiar to me. No, not Drew Peterson. I don't think so. No. Is that it? Wait, do I know his name? Maybe I don't know the guy's name. Oh, I must have never knew his name. No, Chauvin. Isn't that it? Chauvin? That looks familiar. Daryl Chauvin. Chauvin. Yeah, that's it. Chauvin. Derek Chauvin. You got it. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Or Darren or something Chauvin. It's the Chauvin. That's it. He looked like the Chauvin guy with his hands in his pockets. I thought he looked familiar. Losing my mind. I'm like, why does he look so familiar to me? Let's see. Samantha must not have I know, right? Must not have been what he wanted to eat. You know, she must have been out of sausage links and she was up in there cooking that bacon and he was like, you know what? You know what? That's it. I am 46 and unless I can see the person live, then keep on walking. Oh, unless I can see the person. Like, oh yeah, about the online dating. I know that's fucking right. Yeah, that shit is crazy. Online dating is insane. Can't believe I ever did it. Mama's guilty as charged. Mama did it. Mama did it because Mama is lazy though. Mama's a lazy dater. If Mama did an online date, Mama wasn't gonna date at all. You feel me? You feel me? No, not Scott Peterson. He don't look like Scott Peterson. Scott Peterson actually is cute. This guy is not cute. Okay, this is not attractive. This is like he got an oblong face. You know what I'm saying? He got Daryl's hairline. You know what I'm saying? He got more mustache than lip. No, thank you. No, thank you. This one red ear. Why your ears so red, sir? What is why? Why is just one of your ears so red? Whew, if he stop talking for he show up here with a weight. You know what I'm saying? Talking about where my sausage links at. But let's see what happened in court. He had a little court date or whatever's today, and they gave him his little sentence. So let's see. Oh, but also he speaks. So I kind of wanted to see what he was gonna say. What he said. I didn't listen to it. I saw the thing and I was like, ooh, nah, I'm gonna save that for my babies. Yeah, he looked like the George Floyd guy, the guy with the policeman with his hands in his pockets, with his knee on his neck. That's what he looked like. BK Mel. I send greetings from ATL. I hope everyone is well and happy. Yes, we all, BK. Yes, yes, we all. It's crazy out here. These people is nuts, honey. And it's starting to look like there might be more crazy people than not crazy people. Just saying. It's what it looks like. It's starting to look like it. I know that's because online and the crazy people are the loudest, but still. It's still okay. All right, let's see what's going on with this. And then we'll get into some Daryl, some Daryl dumb.
That you shall give in the case now pending before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
I would try.
Mr. Merritt, before you say anything, I want to make sure that you understand that you do have the right to appeal your conviction in this case. I am going to give you some more instructions about your appeal rights once we've concluded with the sentencing hearing.
This is the guy. So those who just walking in, these are the guy. I know, right? I'm yawning. I know. Where's Southern Belle? It's her fault. This is the guy who killed his mother. He killed his mother right before he was supposed to turn himself into jail on financial crimes. And his mom was cooking him his last meal before he went and turned himself in. And he decided to attack her with a knife and kill her, and then beat her in the head with a weight, like from barbell's weight thing. So that's who this guy is, if you don't know what we're looking at here.
But I'm sure that Mr. Queen has discussed this with you, but I do want to make sure that I reiterate that to you for the record.
Richard Merritt.
Yes, Your Honor. May I proceed?
Yes.
Your Honor, I realize that words aren't going to adequately convey what has occurred throughout the past week and the previous several years. I was raised right by two very good people. Beautiful people, my mother and father.
He was raised right, y'all. He got raised. He got raised, y'all. I mean, I don't know what you want from him, okay? He's like, look, I was raised right. Let me go. I had a mom and a dad. You guys to let me go, okay? I don't know. I don't know what happened. I mean, she fed me. I've seen her cook many times. I don't know what made me attack her that day. I don't know what it was. PTSD from all the nothing that I do.
I had a beautiful family that I've lost. I've long since lost them. I lost them in the Cobb County case. Things were never the same after the arrest. I had
Cobb County. Ooh, is he in Atlanta? Oh, this is Atlanta. Cobb County. Isn't Cobb County? Cobb County is in that's Atlanta, ain't it? That sounds familiar. In Cobb County. Ooh, sheesh. He was down the street. Oh God. So if I was online dating, he could have been one of the people who come up as options. They used to get a lot of white folks in there. All mine. I'm like, what is y'all doing over here? I used to get those country boys. The country boys would pop up in here. Like, oh my God, them glasses is a telltale though. I'm gonna tell you what. If you online dating and you see a dude pop up and he got black frame glasses on, run, bitch, run, because this he's up to no good. He don't want to get no blood in his eyes. That's why he wearing them glasses. They're like a shield. It's like a blood shield. Okay, you ain't slick. I know what you up to. Okay. Oh my God.
As I said, a beautiful family, beautiful children.
Did you eat them?
A beautiful wife, inside and out, all of them.
Are they okay?
The world was truly our oyster, and I blew it.
Oh yeah, you blew it. You did.
I just.
Oh, that's fucked up. So you had the financial issue. Okay. So if he went to jail for financial crimes, we have to look into this. This sounds a little bit interesting, actually. If he went to jail for if he was going to jail for financial crimes, right? And then he lost his family behind it. One would say he probably must have had some money, right? He had some money. So, it's usually people who already have money who do shit like this. You know what I'm saying? Financial crimes, I mean. So, yeah, so his family left. His wife, was like, fuck this. I ain't built for this life. I want money life. Yes. Peace. So she leaves, and now he's like, oh, damn, now I'm all by myself. I got nothing. I got nobodies. Okay? And then your mother Because just like mamas do, mama take you in. Mama's like, it's okay, baby. You can come back home. Come back home to mama, to the arms of the one who loves you. And then this is what you do. This is how you thank your mama for sticking by you when your wife said deuces. Okay? I ain't gonna say kill the wrong one. I'm just saying I'm surprised to kill that one. I'm just all I'm saying. Like, no. I bet the wife is thinking, phew, Jesus, dodged a bullet with that one. Because it takes a special guy to do some shit like that to your own mother. Jesus. Like, that's how you got here. Like, she's literally the canal. That's the birth canal. Like, that's how you came from one universe to another. Like, that's the tunnel you use to get to the other universe. Like, this. Talk about burning a fucking bridge, nigga. That's a burning a bridge. That's a bridge to burn. Sheesh. Ain't no coming back from that. They gonna get you. They gonna get you in jail for that, though. I'm sure they do not take kindly to shit like that. I mean, that seems pretty fucking bad. That's what I'm saying. Say no more online dating, mama. Yeah, no, I stopped dating. Period. A while ago. It's been a very long time. Mama done. Mama just finished. Unless I find me a gamer who don't like attention, who don't want my attention, who don't require anybody's attention except for maybe his own computer. You know what I'm saying? Unless I can have that, that's about it. That's all probably all that's gonna work because I need too much me time. So I need somebody else who needs a lot of me time so that we can have our individual time and not be bothering each other. You know what I'm saying? Don't make me feel guilty for doing what I want to do is what I'm saying. Okay. I get this one life. Just leave me alone. Oh my God. We're all safer inside. That's why I stay there. That's why I stay inside. Okay. Oh wait, what it said? I could sure tell you stories from when was a semi truck driver. I spent a lot of time in Atlanta. We're all safer inside. Oh yeah, I know them truck drivers be doing some crazy shit. That's what yeah, no. Nah, bro. I'd be like, nah. You got too much freedom. And there's too much space. So I ain't gonna want to touch you when you get back to me. Like, I don't know what you've been doing. I don't know. Nah, I'm good. Pass. Hard pass. Oh my God. Oh, but thank you, Samantha. Mama love you. Yes, you do. Mm-mm. Okay.
Fell victim to the ultimate drug there is, and that's the green drug money. And it led to just bad behavior.
Yes, he killed his mother, honey.
And my life spiraled out of control, and I couldn't get it back.
What drug was you on when you killed your mama? That's what I want to know.
I'm immensely sorry for the pain that this entire process has caused. I realize it's been very uncomfortable for my family, those who used to be my friends, extended family, everybody who ever cared about me. And I was blessed to have a lot of people that did. And most of them are gone now. Maybe they'll come back in my life one day. I don't know. I have to earn that.
Yeah, I'm thinking no.
Back somehow. I accept the court's sentence, whatever it may be. I respect.
You ain't got no choice.
Despite
all right, Daryl.
how poorly I treated the profession I was so lucky to be a part of.
Mm-hmm.
I respect
Hey, El Paulino.
the system. I respect justice and the jury's verdict. I certainly understand my rights of appeal and will pursue that accordingly, but that's not really what I wanted to talk about.
Hey, Joe. Heavy G.
We all wish things could be different, but I can't go back and change anything.
Oh my God.
As I said, I just, it's a very surreal experience to be sitting here, and I'm words aren't going to do any good. And I just want my family to know, as I sit here now, that I wish none of us had to go through it and endure the pain of the.
I wish none of us had to go through it. You sound like you in pain. I say that sarcastically because you don't. You don't sound like you in pain. You sound like you talking about, describing what type of soap you want from the store. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, the off-brand is fine, but, just make sure that it don't have no exfoliator in it, and just. You just sound like you describing just some random shit. I mean, like, I wish none of us had to go through this thing that I'm having to go through right now, especially me. I wish I didn't have to do this thing that I got to do, which is go to jail because, I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a bad guy. I know, right? Who is us? Who is this us you speak of? Exactly.
This entire ordeal. And I hope that one day.
Oh, the ordeal? It's the ordeal for me, y'all.
When they're ready, if they're ready,
they ain't.
that I'd be blessed to have them in some form in my life. I have not had a single interaction with either one of my children since being arrested in Nashville.
Oh my God. You complaining because you ain't get to talk to your kids? You realize you killed your mother, right? You are the kid of your mother. You killed your mother. I mean, what do you want to talk to them for? Are you hoping that they'll kill you? I mean, like, I wonder if it run in the family if I could get them to kill me so then I ain't got to do this thing I'm about to have to do. Here's a plan. I mean, maybe that's it. That made sense. As soon as I said it, I thought to myself, yep, that's it. I wish they'd come and see me so they could kill me like I did my mother, Hopefully it's hereditary.
I have no idea what their lives are like.
Hereditary,
I really have no idea what they look like, what their day-to-day life is like.
Oh my God. Hopefully they ain't all killing their mother.
I know it's hard for a lot of people to believe this, but
ridiculous.
I do love them more than anything, and I miss them terribly.
Oh, do you? You miss them terribly? Jesus. If we put you in a room with them, would they come out intact or no? I'm feeling like no. Like you seem to like to do weird shit to people when you know you about to be punished. It's like you was probably looking at your mom. I bet he was looking at his mother like, "Oh, you gonna just be in here cooking while I'm in jail? Is that what you gonna be doing? Oh, you think? Oh, you gonna be free, huh? I'll show you." Oh my God, people suck, y'all. They suck.
I'm not trying to interfere in their lives, and certainly.
Yeah, as he was living in a whole nother person, Carla.
Difficult in prison.
Yeah, it's gonna be
prison now.
It'll be complicated.
2.5 years. Before that, I was stuck in DeKalb County 14 months in COVID.
Yup,
so
DeKalb County.
Incarcerated, and it was 4 years. I know how hard it is, and I know how it changes people.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, I'm going to try to be.
Oh my God. Oh, you know how it changes people? Like what? For the better? Because you already killed your mother. You did something that most, I say 99.9% of inmates would be unwilling to do. Even the most killery of killer. Okay. It's a special breed. I'm telling you, it's a special breed of asshole who's capable of killing their own mother. What's up, Jeanette? Hey, boo. You trying to get my attention or are you just saying hello? What's up? Oh, yeah, that is crazy. Killing your mother is that's a hard one. That's a that's like literally like the vortex into the past life. Like that's quite the tree to climb. I don't know what you're doing. Okay, hey boo.
a better person,
Amanda.
and realize that life is a blessing, whatever form it may take, even a
Hey
very
Matthew.
difficult situation such as what I'm facing right now. I appreciate the court's time.
Mr. Queen.
You already heard Mr. Merritt's
Oh, Tessa, oh, mama love you too, baby. Mama love you too. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Oh.
long tragic fall. Your Honor, we simply ask the court for a sentence of life with the possibility of parole. We know counts 2, 3, 4, 5, either merge or vacate. And we ask the court to sentence Mr. Merritt to 5 years to be suspended consecutively on count 6. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Merritt, if you'll please stand, sir.
Well, Sheriff, just
Mr.
here
Merritt,
for a
as
little
to
while.
count 1, malice murder, I do
Just a
sentence
little
you
while.
to life without the possibility of parole.
Mm-hmm.
Counts 2 and 3 will be vacated as a matter of law. Counts 4 and 5 will merge with count 1. As to count 6, possession of a knife during the commission of a felony, I do sentence you to 5 years to serve consecutive to the sentence in count 1, for a total sentence of life without parole plus 5 years. I will give you credit for the time that you served from September 30th of 2019.
Ain't that funny? When they say life without the possibility of parole, and then they be like, and then you get 5 years for, jaywalking. And then like, Your Honor, I already got the life without the parole. There's nothing else. Like that's it. I can't give time after I'm dead. I don't know what you think how this works, but I mean, you can't get my afterlife. I don't know what you want me to say. But I'm gonna vacate the 5 years, because whatever's. And so that will bring your total amount of time to life without parole. It's still gonna be life without parole. This is so crazy. He's like overkill. He overkilled his mother, honey. He overkilled the shit out of her. Hey, mama, I'm missing the fun. Let's see. This pet sitting is long this week. Oh, you're pet sitting? Oh my gosh. My son would love to do that. He loves animals. He loves animals. It's so sad. Because I don't want a pet. And it makes me feel so shitty inside. I feel so bad. But I mean, he's like, basically grown. So, once he get out, once he get out on his own, he'll be able to have all the dogs and cats and, bring in all the strays that he wants. You know what I'm saying? But mama just can't do it, honey. Mama can't do it. I can't commit. I have commitment issues. I have commitment
To the present. And Mr. Merritt, as I indicated previously, you are entitled to appeal your conviction in this case. You have 30 days from today's date to file your notice of appeal to preserve
Justin.
your appeal
Isn't it
rights.
hilarious?
Mr. Queen.
It's hilarious, Justin. They'd be like, okay, time served on the 5 years. Yes. Bringing your total back down to life without parole. Not a chance of It's sweet because it almost sounds to them like it sounds like they're like there's hope. Like when they say that, it's like, wait, well, if they're saying that, there must be, maybe I'm not understanding how this works or something. Like, nah, you heard it right. You going in there forever, but just to be petty, we're gonna tell you serve time served for this little piece of shit charge right here. Okay.
Can you assist him with doing that?
We'll take care of it, Judge.
All right. Mr. Merritt, do you have any questions about your appeal rights?
No, Your Honor.
All right. If you'll have a seat.
Your Honor, we did have one request of the court.
Yes.
Oh,
We prepared an order
not
to have Mr.
explosive
Merritt
diarrhea.
transported as soon as possible.
Eesh.
I'm not sure if you want it sent to your staff or placed in the queue.
If you send it through the queue, it'll be sent directly to the sheriff's office, so that's the fastest way.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. sign the sentence, and then you all can be excused.
You got me curious now. I kind of want to watch some of the trials. They didn't have some of the trials. What's going on? Doing all this whispering.
Yes, ma'am.
Your right to appeal the conviction in the case. You do have the right to file a writ of habeas corpus if you do believe that your constitutional rights have
It's the habeas corpus for me. I don't know why
been
that sounds so
violated in
funny.
any way during the
Habeas
course of the
corpus.
trial. You have 4 years from today's date to do so, to preserve your rights. Do you understand that? Okay. Do you have any questions about that? Okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
Oh my God, he looks the epitome of geeky. Look at him. He like, oh, I want to see what his wife looked like. Let's see the family. Let's see, what's his name? Richard Merritt. Oh, he was an attorney. I forgot about that part. Oh my God, that's like the main part, isn't it? He was an attorney, you guys. And he did what were his financial crimes? Oh, that's him taking a stand. Oh, fuck that. Yeah, fuck you, Daryl. We're gonna watch this for a little while. Hold on. We're gonna watch him take the stand. We're gonna see what I have to change my thumbnail. This is all about you, Richard Merritt. This is about you.
Next, Your Honor, defense calls Mr.
Oh my
Richard
God, look at his
Merritt to
mouth.
stand.
He is absolutely a geek. Oh, bless his geeky heart. Now that's what made him do it. Is that what it is?
I do.
What's your
Oh my
state of
God.
name, Mr. Merritt?
Richard Vincent Merritt.
And Mr. Merritt, where were you born?
Fort Belvoir, Virginia.
And did you grow up in Virginia?
Well, initially, so the first 3 years of my life there, my father was in the Air Force. He was career Air Force. He actually retired as a bird colonel after 24 years of service. But at the time I was born, we were stationed there. I believe it was at the Pentagon. We stayed there for about 3 years.
Yeah.
It was, as you can imagine, just my brother and I
Okay.
building something,
yeah.
to be building a future.
Me no carry.
Do any drugs without a prescription, not to break any laws of the state of Georgia, pretty standard stuff. They also had me surrender my
Nah, you good, Naomi. We ain't been in here long with 38 minutes. This right here is this is fascinating. This guy. I think I felt that might have fallen down a rabbit hole here. But
my passport within the first 24 hours of release, which I did, and I was required to wear an ankle monitor.
Now, once you were released, what was the relationship between you and your wife?
It was very contentious. She felt that I had led a double life. She didn't understand why I took money from these people. She was upset. She was shocked. We went from having an idyllic life to having nothing.
and that money making it rain.
Despite my urges to try, it was decided that she didn't want to stay in the home, so we let the house go. It was a very nice house that we loved and had lived in and raised our children in and planned to stay in a long time. So the house was gone. She decided to move into a rental home in East Cobb and Marietta, where the public schools are quite good. And my son had attended the Lovett School, which is a private school, but he wasn't going to be able to go there anymore. My daughter went to public school because of her disability, so thankfully she could attend school wherever she wanted, based on having a disability. But it was a major upheaval. I mean, overnight, it was as if a bomb went off in our lives.
Ooh, sheesh. You were the bomb.
Very quickly, she filed for divorce 4 days into my arrest.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. He got arrested. She was like, I'm gonna need my papers to beat him getting through booking. Okay, that's how fast I'm gonna need for this to go. Dang, he got arrested 4 days. 4 days later, she's sitting in this. Was no, she probably was in the attorney's office like the next day. She was just getting it all squared away, and then finally he got served in papers 4 days later. Damn, ain't that something? And that's what you get, okay? This is what you get. His wife must be like, he must have married like one of those girls that like really cute, you know, that he kind of was like, she out of my league, but she like money though, and I got some money though, you know what I'm saying? And this is why you don't date outside of your whatevers, okay? This why. Because when whatever that thing is the reason why they're there, goes, so do they. And look at that. And now who paid the price? Mom Dukes, who never did nothing to you. Sitting there cooking you your last meal before you go to jail. You know what I'm saying? She probably was in there talking cash shit. She might have been in there. His mama might have been in there talking cash shit while she was flipping the bacon. You know what I'm saying? Be like, you know what? I told you that, girl. I told you it wasn't no reason why she would want you. I mean, look at you. She only wants you for your money, isn't there? Look at you. Right back to mama's house. I told you this was going to happen. Oh. Damn. Damn. Hey, Dennis. I'm a spicy mama.
Yes, the
Hey,
divorce was
Abba.
finalized, I believe, third week of June 2018. And I didn't fight her on the divorce. I understood her emotions. I understood the reasons for it. I certainly didn't want her to be accused of having any part of my misdeeds because I truly did act alone. She wasn't involved. I think early on some folks may not have believed that, but it turned out that the divorce not only was what she wanted emotionally, but
Emotionally? Is that what it was? It was an emotion? Come on now. Come on. Come, you can be out. You can tell me. You can tell me. Oh, good night, Paige. Good night, Boo. Mama do love you. Oh, Samantha, I would have walked out of the courthouse and on my way home, the papers would be filed. Yes, depending on the crime, though. Murder, yep. Yeah, but no, she filed for divorce after him going to jail for the financial crime, for the money thing. That's when she filed for divorce. Like he got locked up for that. He got caught up in some money. He was stealing some money. So then he got caught. They figured it out and they caught him. They arrested him. Right? So once they arrested him for that, 4 days after he got arrested for that, she divorced him. Like she had him divorce papers sent. And then he was staying with his mama, of course. Went back to mama's house, okay? So mama could cook him some food. And this is what he done to her while she's cooking him food. This ungrateful bastard. Look at this. Look at, oh my God. Look. Look at this face. The face only a mother could love. Oops. Damn. Now you got nobody to love you. You done murdered the only person who probably was ever going to love you. Look at this. Look at what you done.
perhaps helped out
You're
in
proud of yourself.
segregating, my behavior from, obviously her not having an involvement.
Because it's the segregation for me.
My son was 14 and a half at the time, and as I said, we were very close. And, he had me up on a pedestal like a lot of boys do their father, and he was upset with me. He yelled at me, he ignored me, he cried, he was hurting.
There's no relevance to his kids' feelings.
Look at him. He like, what you say? Don't make me come over there.
And she went into detail about the things that the son felt, things that the son did, and things the son told her during this time period.
But that doesn't make it relevant.
I know that's right.
How is this relevant?
Judge, I'm involved.
But like, yeah, that's all fine and dandy, but that still don't make it relevant. He has the bottom lip Daryl needs. I know that's right. It's solid. See how it just stay in place? It don't move at all. They're opposites in this. In this, they are opposites. Okay. Daryl's lip moves too much. This guy's don't move at all. Oh, they need to team up. Maybe it'll even itself out. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. That's all I'm doing is saying, okay? Mama love you, Sam. Yes, she do. To anybody in the chat who is not a member, if you want to be green, I have pinned the link to become a member. Top of the chat. Okay? It is there. Be there or be the square.
But your mother, by this time you're living with your mother.
Yes,
Yep, went right on back to mama's house.
correct.
You did, yo.
What was your relationship with her?
She wasn't pleased with my behavior. She was embarrassed, but at the same time, she was willing to give me a chance, give me a place to live, help me survive. I mean, I really didn't have much other than my personal effects and an old pickup truck, literally. So she opened up her home to me, and
And I killed her for it.
strange being back under her roof at,
Uh-huh.
I guess I was 43, 44 years old when all this went down. But, you know, it after the first several days and weeks, you know, we got into a routine, and it was fairly normal under the circumstances.
Was it normal? Or was it normal then?
My mother's a very strong-willed person. I believe the term firecracker was used, and that is a very good term. I would throw another one out there. She's a steel magnolia. My mother is a strong Southern woman, and she had no problem telling me what I thought, what she thought rather, down to what I wore, to my opinions on certain things. But it was certainly not toxic. We were both opinionated people. We spoke our minds. But we also laughed a lot, and spent
Were
a
you
lot of time
laughing
together.
after you did all of that?
So there's nothing abnormal to me or her about it.
Now,
So then why did you kill her, you weirdo? Oh my God, that's even worse. That ain't better, that's worse.
start to feel some external pressures.
Oh, he's like,
You mean as we
in
got
the
closer
neck and
to,
in the face, and then he beat her in the
sentencing?
head with a weight
Yes,
from like
it
a
was.
gym, like a weight.
It was a very odd time, starting in,
Mushed her
I
head in
would
with
say,
it.
right around the 1st of January 2019. My sentencing hearing had been set way back in September of 2018. I actually wanted a plea earlier and get on with it and get on down the road to prison, but the DA at the time in Cobb County wasn't ready yet. He wanted to make sure there weren't any more victims, which was fine. It's certainly his prerogative. So there weren't any more victims, and then the plea date was set for in September, the plea date was set for January 18th of 2019, a Friday. And right about the 1st of January 2019, my mother's house kind of sits up on a cul-de-sac, and you can see the whole cul-de-sac. And I saw an abnormal amount of cars pulling slowly through, stopping in front of our home. My mother noticed the same thing. I began receiving hang-ups on my cell phone, numbers I didn't recognize. Some said unknown number, but area codes of numbers I didn't know. My mother was receiving the same thing. She showed me her phone, wanting to know if I knew who these numbers were, and I didn't. And this seemed to
You
go on
didn't?
with some frequency up until January 14th of 2019.
Now, during this time, were you speaking with your wife?
Yes, of course.
And likewise, is
I mean,
she
of
had
course.
concern?
She like divorced
I
you.
believe,
Like,
if I
ain't no
recall
obvious
correctly, she
thing
did.
that she-
The victims in this case have been characterized, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, I'm just trying to answer truthfully and honestly. The victims have been characterized as,
Objection, Your Honor. What the victims have been characterized as is not relevant. I don't know if that's hearsay.
Tina Turner dead?
Where he's coming up with this, but I don't.
Oh no! What?
And they're not victims in this case. There's
No,
only
no.
one victim in this case.
Correct.
Jeez.
So how is this testimony relevant?
Stay, Judge. I'll move forward.
All right, I'll sustain the objection.
Now, were you ever, fellas, you were followed?
yes,
And did you ever feel that maybe somebody was out to get you?
absolutely. No doubt about it.
Uh-huh. Oh, is he still saying that somebody else
Now,
done
let's
it?
talk
Or is he?
about- at some
What we
point
getting
in
at,
time,
bro?
as we've seen, President Obama, a cartoon arrived.
Yes.
And what day was that?
That was January 14th, 2019.
And who received that cartoon?
That cartoon was received at my mother's home at Planters Row in DeKalb County. It was personally delivered in her mailbox and discovered by her.
Did you have discussions with her about it?
Right away, I believe, on my way to work. I was working at a warehouse at the time, and I received a call from her informing me of receipt of this cartoon, and she was upset.
What we talking about? A
And
cartoon?
literally, as I hung up with her, I received a call from my ex-wife, Janine, who you've heard from.
Oh no!
And she was upset.
Oh my God! Her name is
And-
Janine.
What was concerning to me, because it was
I am
directed
not
at
his
me as
wife,
well,
but I would have divorced
not
the
only
past,
in
for
the
sure.
substance of the cartoon, but obviously had to deal with something I was involved in Cobb County.
Uh-huh.
What concerned me was that these are copies of the same cartoon being delivered 40 miles apart, two different counties, with a
He
county
was
or
sending
two
them.
in
It was
between these
him.
counties.
It was him.
And it was a concerted effort, whoever
Yeah.
delivered them.
Yeah, by you. You did it.
Now-
Did you do it? Yeah, you did it.
Within a day or so, what happened to your mother?
Well, actually, it started the night that she received the cartoon. I got back
He's trying to say somebody else
and
done
she
it.
was upset. She started feeling dizzy, having difficulty breathing, having chest
Oh,
pain.
did she die of natural causes? Is that what
and
you're
it's-
saying?
She just was very concerned about the cartoon, about the effect
yeah.
on Janine and the kids.
Yeah, it was a
And
cartoon.
I should add that Janine,
You gonna stop
felt as
saying my
if,
name? I know that.
well, she didn't feel, she was quite adamant that she was keeping my son Jack home from school the next day and she wasn't going to go to work. And she had called somebody at the Cobb County DA's office or sheriff's office, and I'm not sure which, to inform them of it. And my mother was concerned that they weren't going to do anything, and in fact, they didn't. So there was definitely concern on both sides.
Was it
My
on both
mother had
sides,
these
though? Or was
symptoms.
it on both
She
sides?
decided that she needed to go to the ER. Well, I had the ankle monitor on, and the curfew had been moved back to midnight because I had started a job at Petco warehouse up in Gwinnett County.
Ooh,
And in order to make my hours, I had to be able to get the curfew moved back, which my pretrial officer, basically my probation
Trying to
officer,
make
was
me
happy to
think
do.
I
'Cause they
was
want you
I
to have a
married to
job.
this man?
So long story short, I wasn't still
Am
going to
I
be able
the
to drive her
one?
because my
Was it
mother
me?
really didn't make the decision to go to the hospital until probably 10:30, 11 that night. There's no way I could take her there, drop her off, and get back and not be in violation of my monitor. So she was able to drive herself.
You are making geeks
They
look bad out here in these streets.
admitted her, and I think she was
I
admitted in
generally
early
like
morning
geeks. I
hours
find them to
of
I like
the
clever
15th,
people. I like
and she was
smart
discharged sometimes on the 16th.
Yeah. Get to the morning of the
After she was
bacon.
discharged, did your mom still have concerns?
It was all we talked about. She got back home that Wednesday when I first encountered her. I remember distinctly sitting at the kitchen table. We were a kitchen table family, so discussions were had at the kitchen table or around the kitchen counter around the island where the sink was.
Yeah.
So we talked about
Okay.
it. And back a few days earlier on Monday, I had taken a picture of the cartoon on my phone and sent it to my lawyer, David Willingham. So he was aware. And if I'm not mistaken, he received a copy as well as something else.
That's speculative, hearsay.
Yeah, it's speculative. Lots and lots of
And Mr.
speculative.
Queen, this has turned into a lot of narrative.
It has.
So
It really
you need to
has.
Either ask some specific questions or instruct the client to confine his
Yeah.
answers to the questions that are asked. So
Yeah, relevancy.
sustain the objection.
Get to some relevancy, please.
So-
Yes, please. And thank you.
What did your mother do in response to the cartoon as it relates to the attorney, Mr. Willingham?
She began to draft a letter to Mr. Willingham.
And to your knowledge, was that letter delivered?
To my knowledge, it was.
On what day was this?
Yeah, what day we talking about?
January 15, 16, 17, what day are we?
I remember her showing me a draft of the letter quite soon after she got home because my mother was the type of person to handle stuff while it was fresh on her mind. So she showed me a draft of it. I said, do whatever you want, send it. And I have no reason to think that's not what happened, and it did in fact happen.
Now, what day was your sentencing hearing?
Friday the 18th.
And how did that go?
It was
Right.
quite an event.
Steve Urkel.
Court that day was to start at 9 a.m.
Why you be thinking about
and
Steve
it
Urkel?
lasted all day.
Why you be thinking about Steve Urkel every time you see J9, honey? Before why though? You know, Stephon Arkell. Why you be thinking about Stephon Arkell? Okay. He said, what happened? He killed his mama. He killed his mom Dukes while he was while he was about to go turn himself in for stealing some money. He was an attorney. This guy used to be a lawyer. He was a lawyer. Daryl could have used him. You could have been Daryl's lawyer, okay? But instead, you was off, with a new identity, hiding after murking your mother. Jesus. Rough. It's rough out here, y'all. Did I tell you it was rough? Because it's rough. When it's rough outside, I stays my ass in the house. I don't be going outside.
I did.
Did the victim
No,
get an
I
opportunity
don't.
to express
Yep, he got Daryl's hairline. He sure do.
regarding your sentence on that?
They certainly did. And the way it worked that day is I showed up and entered my plea, but there had not been an agreement on the precise sentencing. I rejected the state's initial offer. The judge assured us that he would not go more serious than that offer. So the hope was maybe I would end up getting a little less time than what the state initially recommended. The judge heard testimony from the victims all day. I believe I was the final person to testify. And then the judge pronounced his sentence 4:35 in the afternoon.
Now,
What was
you
the
said you
sentence?
testified. Was it a trial?
No, it was not a trial. I pled guilty in the first few minutes of the proceeding. The rest of the day was simply about the judge hearing from victims, hearing from me, and making a decision on what he wanted the sentence to be. There was
what
no
he
question
gave?
about my guilt at
What'd he
any
give
point.
you? I want to know what his
And what
sentence
was the
was.
sentence?
The sentence was 30 to 15. Plus, I had to pay back $526,000 in restitution.
Now, did you go to jail that day?
Wait, did he say 30 to 15? What the fuck does that mean? That's backwards. I don't think that's what he said. Let's see. Say that for me one more time. I didn't. We don't catch you.
4:35 in the afternoon.
Now, you say you testified, was it a trial?
No, it was not a trial. I pled guilty in the first few minutes of the proceeding. The rest of the day was simply about the judge hearing from victims, hearing from me, and making a decision on what he wanted the sentence to be. There was no question about my guilt at any point.
And what was the sentence?
The sentence was 30 to 15. Plus, I had to pay back $526,000 in restitution.
Now, did you go to jail that day?
No, I did not.
When will you report to the jail?
The judge was gracious enough to give me 2 weeks to report, which would be February 1st by 5 p.m. at the Cobb County Jail. And he made it abundantly clear what would happen if I did not show up.
What would happen if you didn't show up?
If I did not show up, he would revoke my sentence, and it would be a serve 30 sentence, which could affect parole and all sorts of other things. So the sentence would be much harsher if I did not appear as scheduled and ordered.
So after sentencing, what did you do during this period of time between sentencing and the day you're supposed to show up?
Over there plotting on his mama.
Well, that day, just starting off with how it was handled. I mean, I wasn't surprised. I wasn't upset. I accepted my punishment, and my mother and I got in the car and we left.
Oh, did
and
you
went
though?
back
But did you though?
to our house in Stone Mountain. That weekend,
Oh, he lived
we
in
kept the
Stone
kids.
Mountain.
I spent time with my children, like I did a lot of the weekends during my 10 months out on bond. They wanted to see me, I wanted to see them.
So did you ever
I hear you tell it.
While you were on bond, even after?
Yeah, what's 30 do 15?
Absolutely, that
Oh,
was
30 do
an area where
15.
Janine and I were.
Okay, so 30 do 15. So they give you 30, you got to do at least 15. Is that how that works? Is that what it means? So if anything goes wrong, then it can be 30. Is that what, like, if you do anything that you're not supposed to or whatever, then it could be 30. I got it. I figured it out. Okay, thank you, boo. Thank you, David. Explaining that to me. Oh, I see Jeremy try to tell me that as well. I guess y'all been all through the chat trying to explain it to Mama. Mama don't know, honey. Mama don't know this stuff, okay? But thanks for explaining it. I just learned something very new. And I'm very happy, and it's very, very happy and excited about it.
Thankfully in agreement. She made it clear to me, both in and out of the Cobb County Jail during that 60 days I was trying to make bond. She said, if the kids want to see you, I have no problem with you seeing them. And I saw them above and beyond the former divorce settlement agreement. There are many times that I kept them while she did things with her friends, and there really weren't any issues. We communicated, and if I wanted to see the kids and it worked out, great. If not, then so be it. I'd see them next time.
Now, your wife testified regarding the night before you returned yourself in.
Yes.
And she mentioned that you went to the Starbucks. Did you meet her at the Starbucks?
Yes. My son, Jack, expressly wanted me to pick him up at his school in Buckhead that Wednesday and Thursday to try to get as much time together as we could.
You tell it.
I certainly complied with that and wanted to spend time with him. That Thursday, we went for an early dinner. I took him to the Longhorn Steakhouse in Kennesaw up at Barrett Parkway. We finished kind of early. We walked around the REI sporting goods store because we both enjoyed outdoor things together.
Jack, these have become very, very non-responsive. I just ask that you answer the question and not go beyond that.
Mr. Merritt, you need to confine your responses to the questions that are asked. If you don't understand the question, ask that it be clarified.
Yes, Your Honor.
So when you met at Starbucks, were you already with Jack?
Yes,
And when your wife
Yes.
arrived, did she have a meal with her?
she did.
Was there any animosity between any of you?
No.
And let me go back for a moment. By this time, you were in the process of a divorce. I
Yes.
heard your wife mention about incident, she says that you pushed her down. While you were out on bond, did you ever push your wife down?
Absolutely not.
So let's turn your attention to February 1st.
Okay.
That morning, did you go to your daughter's doctor appointment?
I did. Janine had told me about a
Stop saying my name.
pediatric neurologist appointment that
Don't
my
say
daughter
my name,
had
don't say my
about,
name.
it was early. I think it was 8 a.m., maybe even a little bit before.
And at that point in time, were you still on curfew?
I was.
So what time were you able to leave the house?
I could not leave a second before 8 a.m.
And the doctor's appointment, where was it?
Sandy Springs.
So what's the route you would take to get there from Planet Road?
Well, really, the only way to go would be to leave the neighborhood, make a left out of the neighborhood, get back to Hugh Howell, get on 78 to 285.
Now, did you get there on time?
It would be impossible to get there on time, but I got there as soon as I could.
And were there any problems between you and your wife when you got there?
No,
And did you get a chance to see me?
I did. They were already seated with the doctor. I walked in, said hello to everybody, gave me a hug, and sat down and listened to what the doctor had to say.
Now turn your attention to Mr. Jeffco. What's your relationship with Mr. Jeffco?
Mike is technically some degree of a cousin, but we come from a large
Crime
family
Corner.
where, we don't really get into all that. And I knew Mike my whole life, and we were close.
And was there understanding for Mike to originally take you to jail?
Yes, I believe Tuesday or Wednesday that week, my mother and I decided that it would probably be best at that time when
Yes, Daryl's next court date is June 26th. And guess who already took off for it? This one. This one I already put in. So June 26th, I will be sitting my ass right in this chair early in the fucking morning whenever they start. I will be right here doing it live. I will be live while they are live. That's what I will be doing. Okay. And I cannot wait.
we had the discussion that Mike come and take my mother take me to the Cobb County Jail.
Now, is it that your mother didn't know how to get there?
No, my mother had been to the Cobb County Jail plenty to visit me and to go arrange the bond.
So, what caused things to change with that plan? Mr. Jeffco said.
Right. Thursday night, after I got back from seeing the children, my mother and I were talking, and we just felt like it was a private family matter, an intimate family matter. Even though Mike was family, it was something that she and I wanted to share and handle. That was really all there was to it. We didn't want to inconvenience him.
So did you ask your mother to call Mike off?
We both decided that it wasn't necessary for him to be there.
And why is that?
Because we didn't want to inconvenience Mike, because we actually had a few things we wanted to talk about, and we just frankly didn't need anybody else's help.
So the morning of the 1st, what time did you get back to the house?
Oh, around 8:30, I think, somewhere in there, 8:30, 8:45.
Say my name, say my name.
Tell us what happened that day.
So
Hit that like
when I
button for me,
left,
y'all. Hit the like button for Mama, please. Can you just, just go on and, you know what I'm saying? Hit that like button for Mama.
the doctor's appointment and was driving back, it was the last time that I saw Mia before I knew I had to turn myself in later in the day. Mia was my baby girl. She was my princess. So naturally, I was sad. It was a sad ride home, just like the night before after saying goodbye to Jack. When I walked into, the way that you got back into my mother's house is that I would park my car in the driveway. Her car was in the garage. If the garage door wasn't open, I'd open it and walk through the garage door into the kitchen. So I walked into the kitchen. I'm sorry?
How would you open the garage door?
The garage door opener.
Did you have a separate garage door or was it on a panel on the door?
No, it was in my car. Yeah.
So once you opened the garage door,
I went inside, and it had been obvious that I was upset. I had tears in my eyes, and she just came over and hugged me. She knew why. I was sad about saying goodbye to my children.
and then what happened later that day?
Well, shortly thereafter, she sent Mike the text saying that things aren't so good here. And that's exactly what it was about. It was just not a happy day. I mean, I was about to go away to prison for possibly 15 years. So
Yeah.
it was a private
more than that
time.
now, ain't it?
There was no yelling or screaming.
Oh my God, look at this. Look at this. There's no feelings. There's no nothing. There's just matter of fact. Look at it. You murked your mother. You're showing no signs of that right now. I'm like, you did the unthinkable. Like bad though. Oh my God. What was it, Jay? Not, I need a hug from this boring MFR. Look at this. Oh my God. I know, for heaven's sake, just get to it. Let's get to the stuff. Stop telling us what it ain't. Tell us what it is.
And, obviously we don't want to be late to the jail, given the importance of me being on time.
Uh-huh.
I was walking from the kitchen. I had just
Here we
left
go,
the
here we
kitchen
go.
from keeping her company while she was making the spaghetti
Oh, spaghetti.
when I
She was
heard
making
a
spaghetti.
very loud knock at the front door.
Okay.
We weren't expecting any visitors. So I went to the front door and I opened it. And there were two individuals there, two men, and they both were pointing pistols at me.
What color were they?
And they told me to let them in.
So what'd you do?
Let me guess. Were they black? They were black, wasn't they? I already know you're going to tell the story. If you're going to make up this story, you got to tell it like everybody else do. Go on now. Go on now. Yeah. You little liar, little fucktard.
I let them in. I had never seen these guys before, and
Come on, what do they look
they were
like?
pointing
Describe them
pistols
to
at me,
me.
so I let them in.
Describe
I
them
let
to
them
me.
in. They shut the door. About this time, my mother came to the foyer where I was standing with these two individuals,
Uh-huh.
and they said, head to the basement and don't say an effing word.
So did you go to the basement?
The taller of the
Friday,
individuals, he
my
was older, probably in his
lonely
50s,
pony.
about 6 feet,
Whoa.
athletically built, walked past me,
What?
put the gun at my
What?
mother's lower back, and she started to head towards the stairway to the basement. The fact they said head to the basement led me to think they knew we had a basement and cased the house before. The younger of the men, he's probably about 5'8", 5'9", shoulder-length brown hair, pudgy. He put his gun on my back, and we followed them. She opened the stair
Why you gotta be pudgy though? Your
door to the
imagination.
basement, flicked on the light. It was
If you're gonna make up a person, the least you can do is not insult them, okay? Like this guy in my imagination, his hair was like brown. It was like to his shoulders. He was pudgy. You know what I'm saying? He wore a red shirt and a hole in it, and I don't know where that hole came from, but it was so weird. Like you're gonna make fun of this person that you just made up, Give this made up person some dignity, okay? Treat him with respect. If you're gonna make him up, that's the least you can do, okay?
a two
Uh-huh. And then the
two-step process to get down those
Process
stairs. You
is-
had 4 or 5 steps that went
then
down.
was
There's a
a step.
landing,
Uh-huh.
and then you make the turn, and there's the longer flight of stairs. They proceeded first. My mother was crying. She was
What you mean they went
making
first?
sounds like she might be wanting to scream or shout. And as they made the turn on the landing and took those first few steps, by this point, I and the guy behind me who had the gun on my back made it to the landing. He told her to shut the F up and pushed her down the stairs.
Oh, that's what he did. Oh, he's telling. Okay, so basically, the story he's telling is that these two guys came in and they did this thing. They said, head down into the basement. So that must be what he told his mom. Go down in the basement. She was crying. What are you doing? And he was like, shut up, bitch. And, and then he pushed her down the stairs. He shoved his mother down the stairs. Ain't that some shit? Oh my God. Look at this. Hey, look at him. Look how he's telling this story. But from what you're telling us that because when you tell a story about something that happened, so especially something traumatic, when you tell the story, you relive it. So that means you can see the things that are happening. Like you say, he pushed her down the stairs. In your head, you're going to see her falling down the stairs. This isn't affecting you at all. Like, you don't care. Look at his face. He pushed her down the stairs. She was making this noise like she wanted to cry or something. And, and then he just pushed her down the stairs. And then, like, oh my God. Dude, like, can you imagine being married to this guy? Oh my gosh. Like, y'all be on your honeymoon, you'd be like, oh my God, this is so wonderful. This is so great. And you'd be like, yeah, this is good. This is nice. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh my gosh.
And then what happened to your mother?
It was the worst sound I've ever heard in my life.
What?
She plunged headlong into the wall. It's a sound I can hear to this day as I'm sitting here.
Yeah, you look and sound like
I could tell that there was a dent or a hole in the wall. She was trying to get up and move around, but from my vantage point, she appeared like she couldn't get her balance.
Was your mother injured at that time?
She certainly appeared to be. And as I moved like I was going to try to go down the stairs, the guy dug the pistol into my back and grabbed my shoulder. The gentleman who pushed her down the stairs put his pistol behind his back into the back part of his jeans. He ran down the stairs, turned the corner, and came back with the 35-pound weight that has been seen during the course of this trial.
And where did the knife come from?
Well, the knife came later. This monster took this dumbbell and proceeded to bludgeon my mother right in front of me. And she was...
Well, you didn't seem to care when you just told the story about him falling down the stairs. I mean, you know what I'm saying. I like, now, son, this bastard, he just bludgeoned my mother right in front of me. Right while I was standing over her like this, he just bludgeoned her while I did this. I'm like, you telling on yourself, right? I just making sure you know. That's all. Just making sure you know.
She stopped moving at this point.
Did she?
He then told
because it's the moving for me.
the man who had his pistol in my back
so
to bring me down to the
traumatized.
bottom of the stairs. They shoved me over to the tile
It's the
where
trauma
the
for
dumbbell
me.
rested. And then the older guy took off up the stairs. He came back a few minutes later with the kitchen knife and proceeded to stab my mother repeatedly in front of me. I cannot believe what I was seeing. I didn't understand what would be the purpose because she wasn't moving. Why?
Yeah, exactly. You just answered. Thank you for pointing that out. So you guys together, okay? You who committed a crime and stole money from people, right? Some people break into the house and they insist that you guys go downstairs. It's funny. It's funny that Mom Dukes gets thrown down the stairs. Mom Dukes then gets hit with a weight, all while still not saying anything to you. They're still not saying nothing to you. They're just steady just abusing the shit out of mama. Like they ain't saying nothing to you. Like, this is you. This your fault. You gonna be next. This is where my money. you know nothing. They just in there just beating the brakes off of Mom Dukes. This is what you're saying. But they ain't doing nothing to you though. People are so dumb. And then you ran. And you ran and hid for years and went and started a whole new life. Oh yeah. That sounds like a person who's afraid. Scared people sure do that. They go off and trust other people. Yeah, no. That's not how that works. Oh my God.
Why is any of this happening? It was a
'Cause it ain't,
complete
'cause
and
you're
utter
making it
nightmare.
up in your mind.
What did you do during this time?
There's
So
nothing I could
imagination
do.
is what it
I
is.
had a pistol to my back. I couldn't believe this was happening. I had no clue who these people were
No clue.
or why they were doing this to us.
Oh, us? What they doing it
So-
to y'all? It seemed like they were just doing it to her. I'm just saying. I don't know why they're doing this to us. Like, I mean, just you. I don't think they're doing anything to you, but okay. I mean, if you just want to be included, you just want to be included. Oh, thank you, Samantha. I sound more traumatized when I talk about watching my mother die from cancer when I was 28. What a freak. Yeah. If you are telling a story about something traumatic, you relive it. That's why people have a hard time just talking about it's like they may seem fine, but if you ask them stuff about like say if somebody just looks fine, but they look just a little bit off, and you be like, "Hey, you okay? What's going on?" They don't want to talk about it, but once you say that, you force them to think the thought of what it is that they've been trying to conceal, pretend like everything's fine. That thought pops into their mind, and all of a sudden they tear up. That's why, because when you think about it, you relive it. It replays. It's like somebody pushes the play button on the thing. And this man is just talking about, oh, yeah, and then he shoved her down the stairs. She sounded like she was making this noise like she was gonna scream or whatever. But and then he, shoved her down the stairs, and I think she made a hole in the wall when she fell. And then, he went and grabbed the weight, and he just banged her in the head with it. And then he went upstairs, walked right past me. Went upstairs, got a knife, and then came back down, and then just started sticking my mama like this. Oh my God! Like, oh, I wonder. I would like to know how his ex-wife feels about this. Like, if she's like, oh my God, like shit, I dodged a fucking bullet. If this is what he was planning to do before he went to jail, if she had not left him, he would have been at her house with her and the kids when it was time. Like, in there deciding to himself what he should do before he goes. I don't want them to suffer without me while I'm in there, so I'm just gonna kill them. Like the the thought process of an extreme narcissist. Like people can't live without you. Oh my God. Oh, his ex-wife is a doctor too. Jesus. How does Janine feel? I know that's right. That's his wife. That's his ex-wife's name, Janine. That is so weird.
He stabbed her with such force
He did. Did you?
that
Did you break
the
a nail
handle broke off the knife.
in your hand? Why'd you look at your hand when you
I
said
didn't
that?
realize at the time that the knife was still stuck in my poor mother's face.
Oh my God. So you could see the blade? Oh, you was looking so close. You were like, oh, look, his hand is just holding the handle, but there's no blade on it. I wonder where the blade went. No, honey. You would only know that if you're the person holding the knife. My poor mother. Oh my God. You is going straight to Hades. Do you hear me? Mm-mm. Oh my God. You know what?
He put the handle down on the tile across from the dumbbell. He then turned and looked at me, and he pulled out his cell phone. And he proceeded to show me a picture of my ex-wife dropping Mia off at her school, a picture of Jack being dropped off or picked up at Lovett, a picture of them all getting out of her van at their rental home in Marietta, and a picture of her either coming or going from her clinic in Vinings. And he said, and I'll never forget this as long as I live, if you say a single word, they're next. I had no doubt who they were or what next meant. And then they left.
Okay, that makes no fucking sense because what the fuck did they want? Oh my God, he should have went with the money route. These people, they came in, they thought that I still had their money. I don't know what happened. Like, I used to take a lot of money from a lot of people. It's what I do what I do when I can do it. You know what I'm saying? And then they wanted their money back. I think they thought I was stashing it away somewhere, for when I get out of jail. So they wanted me to give it to them, and I didn't have it, and they didn't believe me. And then they killed my mom trying to scare me into telling. And then because I didn't tell, then they showed me pictures of my family and said they're going to get them next. But no, there's just two random dudes just coming to the house. They take both of y'all down the stairs. They take the strong person and let him just be fine. They don't even knock him over their head, nothing. But then they take and kill the old elderly woman. And all they say to you is, here's a picture of your family. If you say anything about what we did to this old lady here, we're going to come back and get you. For what? Come get me for what? What did you even come here for? Like this? What was this for? Oh my God. This dude is a joke. Is this the kind of shit that's out here? Oh my God. He was out here in my neck of the woods, honey.
Did you call the police?
No, I did not call the police.
Why not?
Because I just witnessed an unimaginable act of violence.
Uh-huh.
2 unimaginable acts of violence.
Uh-huh.
And then a man coldly looked at me after he's standing over the body of my dear mother that he skewered and bludgeoned and shows me pictures of my family.
That's his
So
him
no, I
saying,
did not.
this is his way of saying, like, check this out. Because what he's saying, right, if you take it for face value, whoever this person is, which it turns out is him, just did this to his mother. And then now he's saying, he's bringing up a threat to his ex-wife and his children. And he's saying it, he's cloaking it in that it's these guys who did this, who are saying this. But it turns out that these guys he's talking about is him. So he is making a threat to his ex-wife and the kids. If you think, oh my God, yeah, no, it is, wow. Wow. Jesus. Oh my God. If only you had an emotion, honey.
Not call the police.
How much longer did you stay there?
Long enough to take a shower. Go
I
ahead.
stood there numb
For,
and incapable of moving
Are you
for
smiling?
what seemed like minutes.
oh my God, he just smiled.
These guys had left. I went upstairs.
Took a shower. Took a
All
shower.
I could think about
Was the shower.
was Janine and the kids
You gonna stop calling my
and what
name.
these monsters could do.
Oh my God.
And
Jesus.
I went and got a small backpack.
Now check that out. Now he just told it. All I was thinking about after I did that. Okay. I went upstairs and then he just showed his teeth because he was smiling inside thinking about this. He said, all I was thinking about was my wife, my ex-wife, and my kid. So I grabbed me a backpack. Of course, after I washed all this here blood off myself. Okay. I got me a backpack with some tools. And I was headed on over, to Janine's house. Oh my God. Not cool. Not cool.
Out of my room, I put a few clothes. I didn't pack much. Some basic toiletries,
Like what?
and I
Toilet
left.
papers.
Why'd you take your mother's car?
I took my mother's car because it had more gas in it than my car. It had a bigger tank, and I had no idea where I was going or where I was going to end up. And it seemed to me in that state of mind that at least her car would be easier to sleep in. And that's why I took her car.
Okay, yeah, except for the fact that the same day you were due to turn yourself in. So if you were trying to get away from whoever these people were, that's the reason why you were running. Seems like running to the jail would have been the place to go. For one, the police are there. And you're due to be there anyway. Right? Like, you already had a place you were supposed to be today. Go to the place. I mean, I'm just saying. Oh my God. But no. Because you had the blood all under your nails and shit. You know how long they use, like, they're going to be able to find it in my ears. There's probably blood in my ears. They're going to find it. They're going to know I did this. I got to gizzo. I got to be out. You feel me? Yeah, he was smiling, showing his little top row teeth.
When I left her house, I went out of the neighborhood. I don't even know what time of day it was
sleeping
when I
in
left.
his mother's
but
car,
I
just like Daryl.
went out of the neighborhood. I made a right
Then what?
and went up. I believe it's called Rockbridge, but it becomes Five Forks Sycamore right at the DeKalb County, Gwinnett County
I know
line.
that.
And I made a left. I'm not sure if it was Arcata or Killian Hill, but up by the Kroger there, and just started heading towards 85.
Now, how much time did it take you to get to Nashville? Is that where you go? Did you go straight to Nashville?
No, I didn't go all the way to Nashville in one shot. No, I ended up going to the QT station at Indian Trail in 85. I stopped to get a couple bottles of water, some snacks. I only had $18 cash on me.
Daryl. See, they got
I
matching
topped off the
hairlines.
tank, I believe, put some gas in it, and then I proceeded towards Cobb County, towards 285, and then ultimately to 75.
Why you cut your monitor off?
Well, the reason I cut my monitor off is I was concerned by the time I got
Yes.
north of Cobb County. You know, I was within, I believe, an hour or so of when I was supposed to report.
Okay.
I had no idea if just by routine the monitoring people were watching me or not. So that's why I headed towards Cobb County. I didn't want to do anything that would get me involved with the police because I didn't want it to come back to hurt my family if these guys found out and thought I had said something.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's what you was worried about. That's what you was worried about? Oh. Oh, that's why. Okay. I was curious and now I understand. Okay.
For that very reason, I had every reason to believe, based on this horrific event, that these individuals.
Why did you just chuckle when he said that? I had every reason to believe that this horrific event, you know. Oh my God.
Had a lot of hate for me, had been following me and or my ex-wife and kids. And
my God.
perhaps they had our
His
numbers,
ex-wife.
perhaps they were the ones who had been calling and hanging up. I didn't know. I wanted to have the phones in case they had demands. If they went back to the house, I had to know what was going on. And if Janine called either myself or
Quit saying
my
my
mother,
name. I know that much.
I wanted to know what was going on with her, that she was okay, that the kids were okay. So that's why I took both phones.
So how long did it take you to get to Nashville?
Ultimately, I probably got to Nashville. I mean, I think they're an hour behind, but I ended up in Nashville after dark. Of course, it was wintertime, so it gets dark early everywhere, but it was probably 7, 8 o'clock Central Time by the time I actually got there.
And why'd you stay in Nashville?
Nashville is a big city. I had no more money to buy gas, and it seemed like a safe place to pull off and park and try to figure out what in the world was going on.
And eventually, did you get a job in Nashville?
Yes, I got a job at a bar called Betty's Bar and Grill on the west side of Nashville.
And we heard yesterday, well, last week, from Kelly Richardson. And how'd you meet Kelly?
I met Kelly online.
And did you start living with Kelly?
Fairly quickly, yes.
Were the two of you in a relationship?
Yes.
Did she know who you were?
No, she did not.
And why didn't you tell her?
I did not tell her because, again, in my mind, with how horrific the events of my mother's murder were, how graphic the people were capable of such insane violence, I had to believe that they would keep their word and take it out on my ex-wife and my children.
You are here. I am here as special appearance as a third-party intervener of the such and who's and such and how. And you got to let me go, okay? It's my constitutional right as a sovereign citizen. Get these things up off my ankles. They're too tight upon my cankles. And all that jazz. Ooh, jazz fingers.
Children, if anything was said. So I adopted a new identity, and
Did you adopt one?
I made a vow to
and then
myself
see,
that
he
I would never
adopted.
reveal who I was. And there were
Important to
many, many
adopt.
times I wanted to Kelly, but I wanted to tell her that I was accused of a murder I did not commit. But I didn't, because I didn't want to endanger her, and I didn't want to endanger Janine and the kids.
Now, Kelly, did you and Kelly ever have any problems, anything violent between the two of you?
No, absolutely not.
She was telling us that around about the date in which you got arrested, that she wanted you to move out or stay somewhere else. What was going on there?
Kelly, at the time, was a PhD student in chemistry, and she had a lot of work to do, and she needed her space. It wasn't relationship space. It was, hey, just go find somewhere else to be for a day or two so I can get my project done. That's all it was.
Now, by that time, what happened to the car?
I want to say it was the Wednesday or Thursday before I got arrested. I got arrested Monday, September 30th, 2019 in Nashville by the marshals. I want to say Thursday the 26th, I woke up.
my
I
God.
believe Kelly was already in class or at her lab,
This, that, and the turd. honey.
and the car was gone.
the
Kelly
turd
lived
for
in
me.
an attic apartment in an old house on 18th Avenue near the university, and I didn't know it, but apparently there were a lot of break-ins, and learned after the fact that the car had been broken into, and during investigation of it by the Vanderbilt police, the car got towed, and that's what ultimately led to my capture. So I woke up, walked out, the car was gone.
So did you have anywhere to stay with the car being gone?
Not right off the bat, no.
Tell us how you ended up getting arrested.
Yeah, on that Monday, I was, the weather was starting to change in Nashville. It was getting cool at night. I was walking in West Nashville in an area called Sylvan Park where Betty's was and a few other places that I knew. And there was the old Southern thrift shop, which I had bought good cheap clothes before. And I was just looking for a light jacket because I didn't have one. And as I was done browsing through the store, I didn't see one. I started to walk out, and next thing I knew, I was surrounded by 5 or 6 marshals, and my face was in the floor, looking up at them. And they told me I was under arrest.
Oh, was you under arrest though? Or was you under it or over it?
Yes.
Did you kill your mother?
Absolutely not. I loved my mother. She stood by me. I'm not a violent person. Never laid a finger on anybody.
Yeah. You funny, Daryl. That's funny I called him
And
Daryl.
you're doing this tactic.
He is. He's doing the tactic. And did they wait? And what it was and who's and such. Oh.
Because
Tried it
it's
to
not a
Miss Santana. Okay, so that case is this man, right? Okay, so apparently he was about to go to jail. All right. All right. He was going to jail. Okay. Miss Santana, he was going to go to jail for financial crimes. He was stealing money. He was an attorney. Okay. He was stealing money. I don't know how. I don't know from who, but he was stealing some money. And what had happened was the judge gave him 2 weeks to get whatever's in order and then turn himself into jail. The day he was supposed to turn himself into jail, his mother, who he moved back in with once his wife divorced him 4 days after he got arrested for the financial crime stuff. So he went back to his mama's house. So while he's at his mom's house, his mother was going to cook him his last meal before he turned himself in. Instead of him eating that meal, he killed his mother. He her in the neck and in the face, and then he beat her in the head with a weight, like a 35-pound weight. This is what he done. That's what we were just watching. and he sounds so just candid about it. Oh, and then, that's not the rest. That happened in 2019. He did that, and then he went on the run. Now remember, he was supposed to turn himself in that day. To already go do some time. Okay, so then he went on the run, and he just got picked up like I guess 2022, I guess, like last year maybe, or this year, I don't know. But they finally caught him. Ain't that something? Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? Okay, it is. It's some shit. It's what it is. I know. Love the Daryl quotes in the chat. It's the best. It's the best. It's the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep us down.
tactic.
Off
It's
of what
facts.
we're talking
It's
about
facts.
to some
Is
other
it facts?
It's
reason.
facts.
It's facts,
Because I
Daryl.
find it hard to believe that
I find it hard to believe.
I'm gonna
all
let
of
the
a sudden
state.
nobody hears what I say.
I'm gonna let the
Come on,
state
man,
make a
stop.
record of why they
I love
believe
this part.
it's
Hold on.
objectionable because
I love this part. This shit is so funny. What?
I haven't let them do that. I've given you multiple opportunities to tell me why you
So
believe
I
it's.
didn't get these pictures from nobody else. Why was
The
somebody
record will
else
reflect you have 2 pictures that you believe were from this witness.
that I know is from
No, that you believe.
that I know?
All right, I'll ask the state their position on all of this.
My position, Your Honor, is that these pictures, first of all, should not be admissible. 1, because of a discovery
Hey,
violation.
Pinup.
We've never seen them before. 2, because we have reason to believe that he did not get them from Erica Patterson. He is on a jail phone call talking to his mother, Dawn Woods, about Dawn Woods sending these photographs to him. Now,
That's a lie. I object to
Let the
that.
state make their argument without interruption, sir.
That's a lie.
Look at him playing with his fingernails. He's like,
3,
whatever.
I believe that these photographs are designed to make a suggestion to the jury that Erica Patterson is a bad mom. I think that is what the defendant is trying to do. And if we're going to go down that road, then we would be forced to counter that claim. First of all, it doesn't make her an incredible witness, if it's even true. And second of all, if we go down that road, we would be forced to counter that claim by
David.
pointing out that
Hey,
not only does the
Pooh.
defendant not live with the child
Hey,
in question,
John.
he doesn't live with any of the
Hi,
other
you
children
doing,
that he
pumpkin?
has. He impregnated Erica
Loretta.
Patterson when she was a minor in Nevada. And for doing so, he was convicted of statutory sexual seduction.
He definitely
pled
was.
guilty in March of 2007 to that felony offense and is a sex offender on the registry as a result. So
he
if
is.
there's any causation that would lead to Erica Patterson being a bad mom, Mr. Brooks has a direct role in that causation.
That's
And
right.
that's,
Furthermore,
I object to that
I'm not
because
done.
that's a lie.
Let
Because
him
at the end
finish.
of the day,
Let
if
him
we
finish,
gonna open the door
Mr.
on that, no,
Brooks.
since he want to make a record and not be accurate, so let's be accurate all on the record since you think you know so much.
Once
So
again,
we can
Mr.
open the
Brooks
door
is
on.
being
We can open the door
loud,
on how old she told me
disrespectful,
she was when we met.
interrupting.
We can ask that question
He is
too. Then
over the
Did you
top,
ask that?
animated
Do you
right
know
now.
that?
Mr. Brooks, I'm ordering you to sit down and to let the state
No,
finish.
no, I'm not going to sit here and let somebody be inaccurate on the.
Why he be lying the whole time? What I ain't gonna do is allow for y'all to be lying on my record. My record is for me to lie on, okay? You cannot do that. That is me. Y'all ain't gonna be inaccurate all over my record, okay? I just cleaned it. Quit getting all this inaccurate all over my record. This is just horrible. What you ain't gonna do, okay, is do whatever you want to do to me because I have no power over you.
Record and lie on the record.
Right. Under Illinois versus Allen, I've warned him repeatedly. He's being removed from the courtroom.
That's the truth on my record.
And you know what? Let me dial that back. We're just going to take an early lunch, 1 hour. We'll be back, and unless he brings that letter and he can show it is inadmissible, he will not be questioned. And under 906.11, I will declare the cross-examination closed. Thank you. We're
Samantha. Let's see. He has a full diaper. He does. He's cranky boots. He is. Being inaccurate all over my record. You gonna stop being inaccurate all over my record. I know that much. And that much is clear, okay? He big mad, Miss Santana. Big mad. That's the only big he is, because he's a little guy. He's a little guy. He's a little guy who's big mad. He's a little guy who's big mad. He's a little guy who's big mad. Oh, Daryl. Little song I wrote for you. Okay. Thank you, Samantha. Mama love you. Mama appreciate you. Okay. Mama appreciate you. You hear me? Sam be supporting the shit out of Mama, don't she? She just be loving on Mama. Thank you, baby pie. Okay. Mama love you. Yes, she do. Indeed, she do. Yeesh. I figured out where his lip curl came from. It's from his Popeye pipe. Oh. Now he's going to his nursery for some warm milk. I know. Y'all ain't gonna be doing this. Gonna be, inaccurate on my record. Get up off my record with your inaccurate self. Oh. Like my shirt. I know, right? It's one of my favorites. It actually glows in the dark. In fact, you might be able to see it. Watch this. Let's see. Because of this light shining on it. Watch this. Is it glowing? Oh. It's not big. Oh, yeah. Because it would be green. It actually has a hue of green from when it's fluorescent. So it gives off kind of a weird thing. But when it's green though. I think to show it to you, I would have to have let me see. Hold on, I might be able to do it. Let me open up a new camera thing real quick. Let me do a new camera. You're the best around. Nothing gonna ever keep you down. Oh. Oh, I guess it won't show it. It won't show it. Let me get rid of that. No, it won't do it. I don't want to turn off my green screen thing. If I put it back on, I have to adjust it. I gotta readjust it to make it sit like I want to, where it's not all crazy looking. All right, I figured out. Okay. All right. Mama, I'm addicted to skulls. Think we're related. Yes, Samantha. Yeah, I like skull stuff too. I like dark things. They help me to disconnect from the humans. Like when you take extreme issue with humanity, sometimes it's comforting to think about things that are like supernatural. It's like a way to just kind of disconnect from it. It's weird, but it's a thing. It's a thing, and it's a thing Mama does, and Mama realizes why she does it, and it makes total sense to Mama, okay? Oh, thank you, Saucy Sam. Mama love you. Mama got no new members today. No new members today. Oh, it's all right. We got an hour to go. We hanging out in here for an hour. Any requests on some Daryl activity you find hilarious? In the meantime, while y'all let me know,
effectively and with dignity preside over this case here today. I am well aware that's another interruption. I'm
for me to understand.
well aware. Stop.
I gotta close this. I got too much going on my screen. That's all.
Which I have the right to do.
I'm well aware, Mr. Brooks, that you object to the name that has identified on the information and all documents in this case. Your objection is noted. It does not need to be repeated. I will make a record right now. The court notes a continuing objection by Mr. Brooks of his name and that he objects to being here.
Yeah, they changed it to 720. The thing was on 360. It was blurry as balls. Don't see Sam. I feel the same way as you. We're normal. Everyone else is weird. I've been saying it my whole life. People love to tell me that I'm fucking weird. I'm like, you ever think that maybe I'm the normal one and that you're weird? Maybe everyone else is fucked up and I'm just totally normal. You ever think about that? Because it's likely that that's what's happening. Oh, yes, honey. Exactly, Samantha. Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
I know he's filed a number of documents previously related to that. Those documents are of record. There's another document that's filed.
Oh, what y'all think about us starting to write letters to Daryl? Y'all want to write some letters to Daryl? What that just popped into my head. Well, somebody, I think I read something about a letter or something. Maybe something in the chat. Somebody said the word letter. Maybe. No, I don't know. I think so. I feel like. Oh, maybe she was talking about a letter. Maybe she's saying something about a letter. But what y'all think about that? Y'all want to start writing letters to Daryl? We know he be reading them because he done told on himself already. So, you know, we already know he be reading it. He can't lie about it. Let's see. Yes, right, Sherry. We need to write a letter. We need to write some letters to Daryl. No letters for Daryl? Oh, I'm getting mostly ones in the chat if y'all want to write a letter to Daryl. I could take some suggestions of what to write in it and stuff. We can concoct it in a live stream where we figure out what all we're gonna put in there. We put a little bit. Everybody gets a line to put in there. We'll clean it up so that they'll definitely give it to them. You know what I'm saying? But they won't. I don't know if they'll just trash it if it's terrible or not. Oh, Janine gifted a membership. Who got it? Who got the gifted membership? Oh, must not be somebody who's actually typing in the chat. Must be somebody who's just watching in the shadows. Oop, everybody wants to do a letter. That would be so fun. Ooh. Oh, that would be a fun that'd be a fun membership thing. You can put like make a membership community post, and it'll have like, you know, where you can put in like in the comments to it. You can put, you know, what you want in the letter. And every single one of y'all's comments that you put in there, like you get one line. Everybody gets a line. Oh, and we put it all. We just gonna we could just put it all together, and then we'll read them all on live, just to get it all together, all sorted out right, nice, and then we mail it. Ooh, fun times. Thanks, Janine. Thanks, fellow Janine Raffy, for gifting the membership. Okay, to your siblings. It's very sweet. Very, very sweet of you. Okay. And mommy appreciates you. Yes, he do. She definitely do. Okay. Oh my God. I would write every day and I will even sign my name. Haha. I am 46 and spent so much of my life trying to be like everyone else. Now, if you don't like me for who I am, then keep on a walking. I know that's fucking right. Or watch me walk. Oh, yes, honey. You gotta let people be who they are. And you gotta allow yourself to be who you want to be, honey. Because ain't nobody gotta live with you but you. You is the only person that actually has to live with you. So an unhappy you is a very unpleasant thing to be around. And you gotta be around you all the fucking time. So you wanna be happy. You wanna be happy. That's it. You wanna be happy. Satisfied with yourself. You wanna be proud of yourself. You wanna shock yourself. You wanna be, you know what I'm saying? You wanna be like, that's what you wanna be. Okay? Get this one life. I'm telling y'all. Y'all see this clip? I'm gonna show y'all something. I have made this video for. Remember when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock? I made a little tribute, little video thing for Will Smith, just like a motivational thing, you know, because of what he was going through. Mama felt bad, you know. I mean, I was fucked up. He was wrong for that, but but I saw a lesson in it, and I made a little thing for it. Oh, there he is. Let me all go watch. Don't let people scare you into talking about these divorces are so expensive. You hold on. I gotta scroll like this. Oh, sorry. Don't let people scare you into talking about these divorces are so expensive. You get this one life, Will. Even you got this one life. Don't waste your life so. I want y'all to be able to see. Gotta be able to see Mama. I'm gonna have to clip that whole thing out now just because of that little bit of that song that played. They're gonna try to steal my whole freaking live. I have to clip that out just because I accidentally scrolled down.
Somewhere where people don't appreciate you. Don't do it.
Hold on, what's the other part?
Don't let people scare you into talking about these divorces are so expensive. You get this one life, Will. Even you. You got this one life. Don't waste your life somewhere where people don't appreciate you. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's why I live my life alone. Don't nobody appreciate me like me. Don't let people scare you into talking about these divorces are so expensive. You get this one life, Will. Even you. You got this one life. Don't waste your life somewhere where people don't appreciate you. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's why I live my life alone. Don't nobody appreciate me like me.
I just found that to be hilarious. I really did. I cracked me up. When I say I cracked me up, y'all, I mean it. I really do. I laugh at all my own jokes. I will never actually need anyone else to like think I'm funny. The reason why is because I laugh at all my own jokes. Like you know how they used to have those TV shows? Well, I think they still have them. Where they would be like, they would have the studio audience, you know, where they would be in there clapping and, you know what I'm saying? Like they would tell them when to clap and stuff. And so then when they would try to do those shows where it wasn't the audience in there to clap, you notice it was like less funny because it was like, it's almost like people in the audience, like us watching, we would laugh because we would hear the laugh of the people in the audience. It's like the when you know when to laugh. But like me, I laugh. I laugh like if something ever made me laugh, it's always gonna make me laugh. I'm not gonna like I don't care if I heard it 40,000 times. The 40,001 time I'll hear it, I'm gonna laugh. Hey, Southern Belle, they was talking about you earlier. You must have. Did you like? Was your nose itching or something? Because Mama was in here yawning. And they were like, oh, Southern Belle's here. Southern Belle here. I'm like, oh, God. Jinxing me. Oh, thank you, Tammy. I'm glad that somebody is laughing at my jokes with me. It's always nice. Yeah, like Seinfeld. It's like it was so funny because they would do it's like they would tell you when you were supposed to laugh. The only person that was like, I think was like funny, like actually funny was George Costanza. Like it was something about him that was so hilarious. Like, oh, and the girl too. Yeah, the girl too. But you wouldn't laugh nearly as much though. You wouldn't laugh nearly as much if it weren't for that live studio audience that they would tell when to laugh. They would put up a thing that said applause, and the people in the audience would laugh. It's like they're forcing you to think something's funny. It's weird. It's like this weird thing. It's like, yeah.
At least 2 more interruptions just now. I believe I'm up to 8. Mr. Brooks, you're advised that continued interruptions will result in you forfeiting your right to be present in this courtroom, where you will be taken to the courtroom next door to appear by video and audio means to participate.
Being removed from the courtroom, Your Honor.
That's another interruption.
You haven't shown me any lawful case law that I can be removed from the court proceedings in a trial and forced under coercion and duress to appear in a trial that I am needed.
Coercion and duress are here.
Mr. Brooks, there's a proper manner in which you raise objections. You have not followed that proper procedure. You are unable or unwilling to abide by simple rules of civility. You interrupt, you don't wait for anyone to finish, and it will result with you being removed from the courtroom.
I
So
respectfully
you are
object to that,
once
Your
again reminded of that. I'm going to give a little slack at the moment only because we are not in the presence of the jury. I'd like to go through a couple of things, the first of which is the jail attire. Mr. Brooks, we, meaning myself and the jail, have made arrangements by allowing folks to bring in street clothing for you. You've appeared previously in a suit and tie, very appropriate for a trial. If you no longer have those clothes available, the jail has a supply of clothes that they can also lend to an inmate. The reason we make those arrangements...
You can tell this is from so early on because look how bright this shirt is. You know what I'm saying? Remove his head. Yeah, that'd be great. Just pull his head off. Just pull it off. He don't need it. He don't need it. I know he think he need it, but he don't really need it.
Arrangements during trial, sir, is because this court has taken a number of steps to shield from this jury that you are in custody. Your hands are not shackled. Okay, there are skirts around each one of the tables. I'm aware of the feet shackles. That's yet another interruption. I'm aware of the shackles on your feet, and that's why the skirts are on your table and frankly all of the tables, right? So that it appears to be the same for anyone coming in and viewing. Again, arrangements have been made for you to appear in street clothes or civilian clothes. I would like you to appear in street clothes, and the reason why, sir, is to reduce or even eliminate even the appearance that you are in custody. And it is your choice, though. Are you willing to go back to your cell and put on your suit?
It is my right to do so or to not do so. And at this point, Your Honor, who doesn't know that I'm in custody?
Mr. Brooks, I've had many trials with individuals who are in custody, and when
let me tell you something. Like, Daryl felt like the fact that she's like trying to, she's kind of making it seem like she's trying to make him go and change his clothes. Like that's something that needs to happen before they can proceed. This is the kind of thing that Daryl was thriving on. He's like, oh, good, I can stand on this hill forever, you know? Oh, as long as I don't answer the question, she can't proceed. We're going to stay right here for 1,000 years so I can call time served and they can get these things up off my ankles, okay? Oh, my God. Like, you ain't going to survive 1,000 years. You ain't going to live 1,000 years, okay? There's no more hope. Just give up. Just give up. Just relax and just let it happen, okay?
I've talked to the jurors after the conclusion of the case. They had no idea. They don't care. The whole point of allowing for street clothing is not only to shield jurors from the fact that you are in custody, but also you being in a suit and a tie or other street clothing, I think also lends to the dignity of the proceedings. This is a trial. Again, it is your choice. Are you willing to go back to your cell and be dressed in the street clothes that you previously appeared in?
With all due respect, I do not agree with that assessment whatsoever. There's no possible way that anybody will not know that I am in custody. I think that's a well-known fact because it's reported on every day in the media. It's shown every day on the news where I am, what jail I'm housed in, and that I'm in custody. It's virtually impossible for anybody to not know that I'm in custody.
Your Honor, he's right. It is.
Mr. Brooks, did you hear the question that I asked you?
No, he didn't.
And I respectfully keep the position that I just put on the record.
Mr. Brooks, I will ask you again. Are you willing to go back to your cell or into the jail and put on street clothes?
I do not consent.
I don't consent.
Or agree to anything that you just stated, Your Honor.
All right, he did not provide an answer to a very direct question. Let the record be very clear that Mr. Brooks was given multiple opportunities to answer that question. and go back. Mr. Brooks, that's yet another interruption.
It is. It really
I will
is.
advise you, sir, that at any point in time, if you wish to put street clothes on, I would give you that opportunity to do so. You've already heard it is my preference. You've already heard me advise you regarding the steps that have been taken to shield the fact that you are in custody from the jurors. You refuse to answer my question about...
I want to point out something. Been on here for 2 hours and 10 minutes. And literally, not figuratively, but literally, all super chats, every single super chat, no exception, has been from Saucy Sam. Not one other super chat. It's just Saucy Sam. I'm like, what is happening? It's literally, she's literally just carrying the entire live all on her own. I just wanted to let everybody know that. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I think I got a member donation. It was like, what, one member donation. Other than that, it's all just Samantha. Thank you, Samantha. I'm Daryl. Everyone knows who I am. Ha ha. Ha ha. Yes. Yes. Saucy sponsored the show. Yeah, in complete and total totality. I feel a little funny about it, to be honest with you. That's a lot to put on one person. And then I Rose Daryl. Yeah.
Whether you would go back to the jail, that's another interruption.
Thank you, Samantha, though. Thank you again, honey pot. Mama love you. Yes, she do. Indeed, she do. Mm-hmm. Melanator. I feel you, baby. I feel you.
So based on his refusal and his choice to come, that's another interruption. Based upon his failure to answer my question directly, I will take that as...
Oh, thank you, Aaron. Thank you, boo. Mama love you. Indeed, she do. I was in here just looking at my thing. I was like, oh my God, it's like literally all S's. It was all Sam. That entire thing was Sam. I'm like, what am I missing here? That was so weird. Thank you, boo. Mama love you. Yes, she do. Indeed, she do. Okay. Oh. I'll be like burning my eyeballs out with this ring light. Just like
refuse.
A non-response.
Everybody, really enjoying themselves. I was like, maybe we... Like, am I dragging it out? I'm starting to think maybe, am I dragging this out? Like, maybe nobody really wants to. Jared said, I got 5 on it. Ooh.
But he came to court here today. That's another interruption. I will take that because he's come to court here today in his jail attire. That is a choice that he has made freely. Voluntarily and intelligently. No one has forced him to come to jail in those clothes. This court is encouraging him not to.
Oh, thank you, Samantha. So, Mama, I don't feel funny about it. If I didn't want to, I wouldn't. Thank you, boo. Mama do appreciate you. Yes, she do. Indeed she do. She definitely do. You know she do. You know she do. You know she do. Oh,
He's appeared previously in
my
his
baby.
street clothes in what I would describe as a very nice suit and tie, but it is his choice to not do that, and we will proceed accordingly.
So while we're on the record, may I challenge the subject matter jurisdiction?
No, you
of
may
the
not,
court?
sir. You need to file a motion in order
Don't let
to do
him
that.
challenge it, Your Honor. Let him
So
challenge it.
Mr.
the
Brooks?
motions I filed
It's
haven't
funny
even
when he
been
does.
responded to. I gave
Mr.
a
Brooks, you're
3-day
interrupting me
No,
yet
you
again.
just weren't speaking,
All right,
so I didn't
Mr.
interrupt.
Brooks, you are now going to be removed to the
I
other
don't
courtroom.
consent to that.
I have
I'm
had
under
a
duress
dozen or
by
more
having
interruptions.
shock- I
We'll
have
be
shock-
off the record while we
shocks
do
on my
that.
ankle.
Thank you,
I don't
everyone.
agree to a stop. Or I move for a motion to dismiss for being under duress and being coerced into a contract that I did not consent or agree to. I did not. I have a right to be present for trial.
Do you? Do you got a right? Is it the right though? Is it the right to write? Do you know how to write?
Abide by simple rules of civility.
You haven't
You
given me the
interrupt,
chance to
you don't wait for
state-
Yes, this is true.
anyone
name.
to finish, and it will result with you being removed from the courtroom.
I
So
respectfully
you are
object to that,
once
Your
again reminded of that. I'm going to give a little slack at the moment only because we are not in the presence of the
consent
jury.
to
I'd
an
like to
estoppel.
go through a couple of things, the first of which is the jail attire. Mr. Brooks, we, meaning myself and the jail, have made arrangements by allowing folks to bring in street clothing for you. You've appeared previously in a suit and tie, very appropriate for a trial. If you no longer have those clothes available, the jail has a supply of clothes that they can also lend to an inmate. The reason we make those arrangements during trial, sir, is because this court has taken a number of steps to shield from this jury that you are in custody. Your hands are not shackled, okay? There are skirts around
feet are
each
shackled.
one of the tables. I'm aware. Yes. Are you're
got
able
a
to see the
shirtless
screen, is that
girl.
right?
Daryl, where your shirt at?
I'll publish that as well.
Daryl don't got no shirt on. No, he don't. No,
All right,
he
we
don't.
are back on the record. Appearances are as they were before. I need
They
to make a
are.
record that at 8:42 a.m., this court ordered Mr. Brooks be removed from the courtroom due to repeated interruptions and disruption with the court. This, of course, comes on the recent history with Mr. Brooks. On every day that we have been in court since Monday, he has shown a complete and utter disrespect for the simple rules of civility.
Samantha said, if you didn't want the contract, then you shouldn't have killed people. You fool. You fool. Have you seen any episodes when he still had his attorney and they were also trying to get it dismissed? Huh. Let's look it up. Let's look it up, okay? Thank you, Samantha. Mama love you. Yes, she do. Let's see. Let us find it. How many ways, Mama love you? Let me count the ways. You just don't know. Woo! Tony Braxton. Oh, let's see. Let us stretch this out just for now. Let's see.
News, the man charged with driving through Waukesha's Christmas parade and killing 6 people now says he wants to represent himself in his upcoming trial, which is scheduled to start in less than 2 weeks. The move could delay the upcoming trial, which is scheduled to start in less than 2 weeks. The move could delay the trial, and people in Waukesha are upset.
It's just going to drag things on for all these people and keep the wounds that are already massive open for much longer than they have to be.
The judge in the case is expected to decide next Tuesday whether Brooks will be allowed to represent himself. Now, Daryl Brooks has already been found competent to stand trial, but there's a higher standard for determining whether a defendant is competent to represent themselves. Ben Jordan goes in depth with a legal expert about the likelihood of the judge allowing Brooks to be his own lawyer.
Going on
a local defense attorney says it's not only possible, it's likely that Brooks will.
Yeah, oh no, it happened. All right, now we looking for back when he had a lawyer. You just don't know. Oh, man. Oh no. I would need a link or something. Back when he had a lawyer. In the beginning, what were they called? Because those weren't like the trial days, right? Those were like pre-trial hearings or something. Let me look that up. Maybe I'll look it up like that. Daryl Brooks. Daryl Brooks. Pre-trial hearing. Let me count the ways. Let me count the ways. Please let me count the ways. You gotta let me count the ways. Sitting right in front of Daryl. Oh, he ain't there yet. Oh, hey, Daryl. Hey, you. It's all about you, boo. You better get in here. We guys just talk about you behind your back. We don't want to talk about you behind your back. I watched them search live. Daryl Brooks, Waukesha parade suspect in court. Live, Daryl Brooks. Okay. All right. Let's see. Live. It's an hour and 3 minutes. Not seeing anything that's an hour and 3 minutes. Can you put the link in the chat, maybe? Copy the link. When you open up the video, just click the, like, copy and paste the link that's in the search bar at the top, and then just paste it in there. Oh, man. Excuse me. Such a lady. Mama is the most lady, honey. She's such a lady. I'm a diva. I'm a diva. You can't see their faces. Oh, you can't see their faces? That's no fun. It must be this. This looks almost exactly like.
Brooks appears in person in custody with his attorneys Anna Keyes and Jeremy Perry. Good morning.
We're here for the continuation of the motion hearing that we started yesterday. I did have an opportunity to review the exhibit that was sent now Wednesday afternoon by the state. It was reported incorrectly as being the 5-hour video from his interrogation, not by you, by the media.
Okay.
And I wanted to make sure they understood. It was only from Waukesha Memorial Hospital, and it was the video from the police room about, I don't know, it's like 25, 30 minutes. I could be wrong exactly, but it's not a very long video, but I did review that yesterday. I had previously reviewed the nearly 5-hour long interview of Mr. Brooks at the Muskego Police Department, along with the audio recording from the interview at Waukesha Memorial Hospital. In addition, as it relates to the motion to dismiss, the defense did file a supplement under seal. I had an opportunity to review all of that. The state also filed.
The volume's a little crusty with this. It's, you know, it's on the mono or whatever instead of stereo. So let's see what this here lawyer is talking about. Let's see. What you got to say, lawyer?
And Attorney Keyes, so whoever would like to argue that, I'll certainly give you an opportunity at this point.
Thank you, Judge. Are you referring to the motion to suppress the statement or the motion to dismiss?
The motion to dismiss.
Yeah, I do need to reply to a few things to make the record clear. In the state's supplement last night, it indicated that I had asserted that all documents taken from, in emails, that all documents taken from Mr. Brooks's cell were privileged, and that's simply not true. I had stated, after learning that the state wanted to send these documents, or was about to send these documents to the appointed doctors, I said, I think you should not send anything from the cell search to the doctors. We intend on litigating the search warrant that was issued. Further, you reviewed and actually copied material that was attorney-client privileged. The response was, could you please identify the materials you think are concerning? I would like to get the rest to the doctors. And I said, all items reviewed and copied from the search of his cell. We're currently drafting a motion to suppress. And so I was explaining the challenge to the search warrant, and then I said further, there are privileged material that
I'm glad you made it do, boo.
Seized and copied. The assertion that this is not privilege, I think, flies in the face of the plain language of the statute, which is confidential communications.
Shoot, it's starting to sound like maybe he should have kept his lawyer, honey. His lawyer was like, hey, now, you're an all-star. Get your game on. Go play. No. His lawyer was like, that you can't use this and you ain't supposed to use that. These are the things that help in, like, in appeals and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, they did it anyway, but this is the kind of stuff that actually helps when you try to do an appeal. Right? But Daryl's so fucking dumb. He's so busy trying to be heard. He wanted his right to speak. Like, how about your right to shut the fuck up? You ever, try to use that one? Try that one. Try using that one. See how that one works for you. you also have the right to shut the hell up. But you don't seem to care about that right, do you, Daryl? You don't care about that right at all. That's okay, Penaplex. You always got you can go back and watch the playback. And Mama likes that. Mama like it when you go back and watch the playback. Because the playback is wonderful for Mama, okay? Just watch it. Just go through it. Yes, honey, yours. If you ain't hit the like button, go ahead and hit the like button. Because guess what? The like button is free. It costs $3.50 free cents, okay? Hit the like button. You got zero excuses to hit the like button. You got to hit the like button. You got to hit the like button. Otherwise, what is it all for? What's it all about?
Made for the purpose of facilitating the rendition of professional legal services to the client between the client or the client's representative and the client's lawyer or the lawyer's representative. There's also an assertion that this material that was seized contains zero facts about this case, zero hints at trial strategy.
He was cooked either way, but I mean, he may, I don't know what it would have helped with, but I mean, honestly, there's people who did horrific shit and they got off because the people did something wrong, like the law people, whatever. When they in the investigation, they did something improper, and then somebody got away with some shit behind it. They knew he did it. Everybody knew he did it, but the paperwork wasn't right. Like some shit, they did some shit, and people got off. So I'm just saying, like, that's the only way he would have had a chance, is if something went wrong in the investigation, which there was a lot of room for that because everybody was very, very kind of moving real fast and real cocky because they knew it was him. They had him dead to rights, so they may not have been as careful with everything because they knew they had the right guys. Like, there's no question. We're not like skipping steps in investigation and going to accidentally get the wrong guy. We know this is the guy. Like, they knew this was the guy, so they're more likely to make some missteps. You know what I'm saying? So there was room for that for him. Like, but he's so motherfucking stupid, and he just want to be heard all the goddamn time. And that's what. And we heard you, Daryl. We heard you loud and clear. Thanks for talking so fucking much, because it damn sure was entertaining, and it's wonderful that now you're under the prison where you belong, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful on all sides, okay? They want evidence not entered, and in the cell search, they found materials about ways to beat a doctor's exam. Did they? Did they? Oh, shit. The judge shuts his lawyer down.
And zero communications. This was not,
the audio has to be like
nothing
this?
is sent in a vacuum. And the content of this case reveals ongoing discussions and explanations about what the special plea might be, the needed research, what would be relevant at a trial, the investigation that would be needed in terms of fleshing that out, and that revealed trial strategy.
What is to that? Because I understand, based upon your affidavit, that you submitted a redacted letter that was sent to Mr. Brooks from you, dated March 8 of 2022, and there's reference to this Stearns decision, Brown versus, or Sternus. But it's my understanding that letter was not, meaning your letter.
Oh, it's another one just like it. Let's see.
I believe are as they were before. When we broke for lunch, I wanted to address and did not have an opportunity.
There's a group of jurors that have been identified by one of your clerks who you forwarded the email to, I think, all parties yesterday of the ones that are agreed upon. That could be the beginning of the list. We're not asking the court that you start with those because there are many qualified people who the court's going to rule on today. So I guess what our thought was is that we would take those 200, and I can't remember the number, those 200 and some jurors, and we get up to the number 400. And that when we get up to the number 400, we stop going through any more jurors, and we then randomize those 400. And that we select the 105 that the court wants to call on the first day.
That is one where the
juror ID number is 3451.
very first person, 700.
We're just redoing our list right now. Sent to us yesterday evening.
That's what I'm looking at.
Okay. I don't know why they're so different.
To be removed from the spreadsheet by Lauren will have this still a very difficult bar to establish statutory bias, more so subjective bias or objective bias. They haven't said I'm biased. I mean, they did indicate in question 88 they would take an oath. They understand that their decision must be based upon the evidence that's presented at the trial.
Hey, is North
From my
Korea the
perspective,
part
my
that's like
concern
scary
though
or
would
the
best
other
be
part? Like
addressed
which
through
one is
further questioning
which one's
of
like
the
the
witness
normal
during the jury selection process
know.
to
North
essentially
is the one
ferret
that's-
out
is
or
the
rehabilitate, if need be,
kooky
this
side,
juror.
right?
Again, I'm not
There's
saying
the
there needs to
South.
be a rehabilitation. I'm
South
saying
Korea,
I'm
North
concerned,
Korea.
but that's
North Korea is the,
precisely what individual voir dire
which
of
part
this
of Korea
juror,
is the-
meaning
is the-
questions
is the
directed
scary
at the
part?
juror regarding this answer. That's what the purpose of that is for. And so for all of those reasons, for 714, I will deny. All right, 717 then, Attorney Perry.
Oh, they talking about
Bias,
jurors.
none has been identified by the defense.
Yeah, that ain't it. That sounds like jurors. That's juror stuff. Yeah, I don't know. You have to send me a link or something. I don't think I'm ever gonna find. Oh, what's this? Who's been bringing Daryl in? What's going on with this? What's this? North is scary. Yeah, North is the scary part, right? There's somebody in here said they from North Korea. Hello from North Korea. Norma Muniz. How many ways? Look at Daryl.
You're about to hear. If you feel that it's too much for you to hear, please step outside. Also, audio and visual are not allowed here via the Supreme Court does proceed.
You gonna let my camera in here? Let my camera go. Look at Daryl. Didn't they just say no cameras allowed in here? And I could hear a camera just go. Just a going. Just a clicking away. Look at Daryl's he had his little weave braids in still. Some of them have fell out, when they were grabbing his arms and stuff. They would actually yank some of them out. Because they were not real, of course. Because please understand this. Please understand this. The fact that some of them are out, right? If they were real, just to tell you, if they were real, when they came out, they would have pulled completely out, like scalp. It would have came out like he would have patches of bald spots where that came out. So, but if it's fake, it would just slide on out, and then there's his hair underneath, which is exactly what we got going on here. Daryl had weave in his hair. You don't think he would have been in here complaining about his culture and his history and how long he's had this hair, and this is unconstitutional, and goes against his rights as a sovereign citizen somehow. If they had just cut off his dreads, that he clearly, if they were this long, he'd been growing forever. Okay? Liar. Ain't no way in the fucking world. This guy, oh my God. Oh, him and his little hair. Daryl wore hair weave, y'all. Just Daryl with weave. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Daryl with weave. Need I say more? Okay. No. I can't pin the link, but the other one is good with her responses. Yeah, I went through like 3 different ones, and neither one of them turned out to be it. So, oh no. Oh no, I can't wait for this new stuff though. Like I said, I already took off for the day of the 26th. When they start that trial, I'm off that day. We're gonna be live while it's happening. We're gonna be live while it is happening, okay? I done already put in my day. I put it in. I say, ooh, yes, honey. I'm gonna be off, honey. This is his first court appearance. Look at him. Oh, Daryl, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, it's not okay, but you know, it's okay. It's okay for me. Not okay for you, but it is okay for me. So technically, yes, it is okay. Thank you, Sam, so much. Been blessing Mama all night. Mama appreciates you. Yes, you do. And Aaron, thank you for coming through also. Mama does appreciate you. Yes, you do. Everybody who has hit that like button, Mama appreciates you. Indeed, you do. And for those who have not hit the like button, but you are still in here with your eyeballs on this screen. But Mama love you too. She would love you more if you click the like button. Okay. If you ain't subscribed, I don't know fucking know what to tell you, bro. Okay. Just I don't even know what to tell you. If you ain't subscribed, maybe that's for the best. Look at his hair, y'all.
This is case number 21 CF
Look at him. He's
1848,
so much shorter
State of
than his
Wisconsin
lady.
versus Daryl Brooks. Matters tabbed to Judge Lau. Appearance by the state.
Look how much shorter he is than her.
Whopper and Leslie Basie appearing for the state of Wisconsin.
Thank you. And for Mr.
Oh,
Brooks.
Daryl.
Daryl Brooks appears in person in custody with attorneys Anna Keys and Jeremy Perry. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Daryl.
And we are here on a criminal complaint that's now been filed. Mr. Perry, will Mr. Brooks acknowledge that he has received a copy of that complaint, and will he waive its reading in open court here today?
Look at all the caucasity on this wall. That is an extremely Caucasian wall. Like, look. Oh, so I gotta put it on here, like right here. Look on the wall. Look at all the paintings. Look a bunch of slave owners. Like this. Look at. Like, damn, Daryl, you in the wrong room, baby. You gonna get it. You gonna get it. Okay. They're gonna take you out back and do it quick, honey. Get it over with. Just get it over with, like in the old days. Look at this. There's a cannon in the background of some of these pictures. Look, they use the cannons.
We have received copies of the criminal complaint. We waive formal reading.
It's white on white, yes, honey. That is a white wall if you ever seen a white wall.
At some point be relevant,
All
but
the white-
the address on the complaint is accurate.
That's right.
Thank you.
Caucasity wall. Honey.
And Mr. Brooks, I have reviewed a copy of this criminal complaint. I will find it does state probable cause as to each of the 5
They're
charges
so little.
before you. You're charged in
Look at
count
it.
1 with first-degree
Look at
intentional
the height difference
homicide.
here.
That's a Class A felony, and that has a
Daryl's such a delicate flower. He's so delicate. Look at, he's so delicate. Just be careful with him. He's very delicate.
Maximum possible penalty of it being sentenced to imprisonment for life. That's for victim A. Count 2, first-degree intentional homicide regarding
She did look
victim
like
B,
she was gonna kiss him. She's like,
is
"Come on
a
over here, baby."
Class A felony. Again, the maximum possible sentence is a sentence to imprisonment for life. Count 3, first-degree intentional homicide
That part.
regarding victim C is again a Class A felony, and that's punishable by a sentence to imprisonment for life. Count 4,
As it should
first-degree
be.
intentional homicide regarding victim D, again, is a Class A felony, and that's punishable by a sentence to
Oh, he
imprisonment
crying,
for
y'all.
life.
Look, look,
Lastly,
look.
count 5, first-degree intentional homicide regarding victim E is
He's like, "Fuck, this is all Erica's fault. She did this to me. She knows how sensitive I am, and then she done pissed me off, and now, now I'm in here." Oh God! Oh yeah, the judge. Jesus, he's like literally the epitome of whiteness. He's like the hair is literally like paper, like a sheet of paper. Eyebrows too. Like damn, everything turned gray. You know, whenever I see people and they're that gray, like gray, like everything is like white, just consistently through and through. Like their hair, it's like it don't even seem like it transitioned to like salt and pepper. It's like it just came in white. Like I'd be like, that's how I used to think that my gray hairs were gonna come in. So I used to say shit like, when my hair starts to turn gray, I'm just gonna let it happen. I ain't gonna, go through all the stuff about trying to dye it and all that stuff. And I haven't. I just am. I just let it happen. As long as you see there's grays, like my whole center is all gray. But like it's not growing like that everywhere. Like all this is still coming in brown. Like always. But like some parts of my hair, literally the full length of my hair, like freaking 22 inches or some shit, like is all gray. Like the whole length of that whole hair will be gray. And then there's hair that's not even growing gray at all. Like it's this inconsistent fucking thing. So now I'm like, well, shit. Well, if it's gonna grow like this, maybe I do need to freaking color it. But I don't want to fucking color because it's still gonna grow in gray in the middle. Like, what's the point? Ugh. That's why I'm just like, fuck it. Like, if you don't, this is something my mother said to me before. Said, if you don't know what to do next, do nothing. Because if you don't know what to do next, you're probably gonna do some shit that you're gonna regret, or you're gonna be like, shit, like I should have just waited. Like, if you don't know what to do next, do nothing. Okay. That saved my life once. I ain't even gonna tell you the story, but that saved my life once.
a Class A felony. That is punishable by a sentence to imprisonment for life. As those are felonies, you're entitled to have counsel. You're entitled to have also a preliminary hearing.
Yeah, he saw a ghost.
And I, again, have found probable cause to each of the 5 counts upon my review of the pleading.
Hey, Deborah. Hey, boo.
Attorney Opper for her bail recommendation.
Mama,
Thank you, sir.
love you.
As to the bail recommendation, Your Honor, I'd like the court to be aware of a prior criminal history as it relates to Mr. Brooks. I can advise the court he has arrest record from 3 states to include Wisconsin, Nevada, and Georgia.
Do we got it there?
Starting with the state of Wisconsin, the record begins in 2000. There was a conviction in that year for substantial battery, party to a crime. A prison sentence was imposed but stayed for 3 years probation and
what?
6 months condition time.
Yep.
2002 conviction for possession of marijuana as a repeat offender, sentenced to 50 days in the House of Correction. 2003 misdemeanor conviction for resisting obstructing, sentenced to 20 days in the House of Correction. 2005 there's an arrest from Langlade County. Ultimately, he was convicted of a county ordinance violation for disorderly conduct. What's remarkable about that is that he failed to pay the fine, so he was ordered to serve 30 days in jail.
Oh, he gonna start whimpering,
on the non-payment. 2009 Manitowoc County conviction for obstructing an officer, sentence of 2 days jail time served. 2010 conviction from Wood County, Wisconsin.
I know
Was
LaShonda.
convicted of the offense of
Dawn can't get you out of this
strangulation
one.
/ suffocation, with other charges of battery and criminal damage to property dismissed and read in.
Some shit.
Court ordered a withheld sentence for 3 years
Get
probation.
some money from Erica to
That
bail him
probation
out
was
from running over her
revoked.
foot.
And on August 1 of
That was all some
2011,
bullshit.
he was sentenced to 11 months jail.
Mm-hmm. As he should have been.
2012, he was convicted at the same time on 2 separate files in Milwaukee County. First file was a charge for possession of marijuana as a repeat offender, sentenced to 180 days in the House of Correction. The second file, he was convicted of misdemeanor bail jumping and misdemeanor possession of THC, also sentenced to 180 days in the House of Correction, concurrent to the other case and concurrent to each other. In May of 2012, there was a conviction for resisting obstructing. He was sentenced to 37 days jail consecutive to the earlier sentence imposed in April of that year.
Mm-hmm.
He's currently pending on 2 charges in Milwaukee County. 2020 CF 2550, he's charged with 2 counts, second-degree recklessly endangering safety while armed, and 1 count of felon in possession of a firearm.
All right, all right.
Being bail jumping type behavior, Your Honor. It's remarkable that these are violations all around the state of Wisconsin, not just his home county of
What's he gonna
Milwaukee,
say?
but we had convictions from Wood County, Manitowoc, and Langlade.
Sam, I'm sure that's not true. No way he's naked under there. He's not naked under his green smock. That can't be. That would be hilarious if it were true, but I highly doubt it because the smell would be so ferocious and offensive that I would be able to smell it through my computer screen. Okay? It's not cool. It's not cool. Yeah, stoning or tire fire. Ooh, tire fire. God damn. Not the tire fire. What's the tire fire? What the hell is a tire fire? What do you like? Put them in a bunch of tires and you like stack up a bunch of tires and put them on there and burn them so that they melt to his body or something? Is that it? Because that sounds pretty painful. Y'all is vicious, honey. Thank you, Sam. Mama love you. Yes, you do. Been holding up the chat. Been holding up Mama all night. Samantha, Mama love you. Yes. Oh, but he is. I watch Smell-O-Vision. It's the Smell-O-Vision for me, honey. I'm sure he got on some drawers at the very least. All right, you go back to work, Deborah. Get some work done, honey pot. You got a work to do. You got a work to do.
In northern Wisconsin,
Oh, Mama love
I'd like the
you.
court to be aware of a record from the state of Georgia, Nevada.
Smells
Quote
like
in
a
Nevada
force
first. That happened, the first conviction was from December 11th of
Ew,
2006.
Steve, that's
He was
gross.
found guilty at trial of a misdemeanor count for obstructing an officer, was sentenced to jail in Nevada. Also on that same day of
Jesus, she's still reading
December 11,
charges?
2006, he
Fuck,
pled
Daryl.
guilty to a
doing
domestic
the
battery as a misdemeanor. He was charged with, in Georgia, Your Honor, the record reflects a May 27, 2021
start
arrest
whimpering. I'm waiting
for
for the
misdemeanor
whimpering.
battery
The whimpering for
with
me.
the designation of family violence. While it is not clear if he was convicted, he did recently
Ooh, I heard something.
remark to a court official in this county
I'm in the courtroom,
that he
y'all.
had
Ooh,
served a
hey,
6-month
listen to
jail
me.
sentence in
I'm
Georgia.
in the courtroom.
So we have not been able to verify if that was a conviction, but certainly there was a confinement in conjunction with that arrest.
Hey, Daryl. Hey, Daryl.
He has no
Hey,
contact
hey,
with
Daryl.
the criminal
armpit.
justice system in Waukesha County or the district attorney's office. He does have a outstanding paternity case that's been pending since 2003, in which he was adjudicated as the father of a juvenile. And there's been returned court appearances over the years based on failure to pay child support. The court should know that a warrant or capias was issued for Mr. Brooks in this paternity case on at least 8 occasions. He has been sentenced to jail on several prior occasions for failing to pay that child support. And on one occasion, he had his Huber privileges revoked related to one of those jail sentences. That was back in 2009. Most recently, there was a warrant issued for his arrest in that non-support civil case on August 2 of 2021.
Some bunny ears.
Judge Maxwell signed an order for him to serve a 120-day jail sentence. Mr. Brooks did make a court appearance in that matter on November 16th of 2021, so just last week, 1 week ago. And he was released at that time because, again, he had explained to the court, provided an explanation that the reason he had not made his child support payments is because he was serving that jail sentence in Georgia. So the court released him that day and ordered him back for a court appearance in the paternity case for December. So Judge, just based on his prior record, we obviously have very significant concerns about Mr. Brooks'
Yes, as you should,
flight history
Albert.
and willingness to obey the orders of the court.
No willingness.
But we have
Albert.
to factor in, obviously, the allegations in this case as well. And obviously, I don't need to state Mr. Brooks is facing 5 consecutive life sentences if he's convicted on all counts in this complaint.
You
Count of
said,
intentional
Daryl.
homicide, maybe Friday or maybe early next week, depending on when we can accomplish that. Certainly, if we have any other deaths resulting from this incident, additional counts of homicide will be filed. We didn't charge bail jumping. Obviously, we could have. We have focused our efforts to date on the immediate concern, and that involves the loss of life that is alleged to have occurred through the conduct of Mr. Brooks. I want this court to know I'm advocating for significant cash bail, Your Honor. I'm asking for $5 million cash bail.
I'm asking for, fuck you, you ain't getting no
large
bail,
amount of
that's
money,
what
but
I'm
I think it
saying.
is warranted on this history.
What do you need a bail
and
for?
I think it's
Bail for
warranted
what?
when the court considers
Give him bail for what?
if convicted, Mr. Brooks will spend the rest of his life in prison.
Yeah, that part. I like that,
Thank you.
part, yeah.
Attorney Perry.
Get your ass in
Thank you,
this
Commissioner.
prison.
When this court determines
You ain't
what amount of
never
monetary
leave your
bail is reasonable and necessary to assure Mr. Brooks's appearance in court, I guess at today's hearing, the only thing I would add for the court's consideration is that Mr. Brooks is financially indigent, does qualify for public defender representation, and that individual circumstance must be taken into account.
I ain't gotta consider shit.
Does that conclude your argument?
It does.
Thank you, sir. So, first of all, let's get to conditions of bail. The monetary portion is called bail. There are conditions, though, in bail. And first, I am going to order, sir, level 4 monitoring through WCS if you do post bail. You're not to leave the confines of the state of Wisconsin. You are only to be released on a business day during business hours. Who's the highest ranking sheriff, deputy sheriff? I would like your opinion. I would like the sheriff's department to notify WCS if he bails out, that he's to immediately go over to WCS. So would it be asking too much if I had somebody from the sheriff's department contact during regular business hours, WCS, to let them know that he's being released? Then I'm ordering then that the sheriff's department contact immediately upon
Don't he kind of remind remind you, this judge, don't he kind of remind you of that guy, that lawyer dude who just got convicted of killing his son and wife? Don't he kind of give you, like, he just kind of has the look of kind of like that guy? No? Yeah? Maybe so? Oh, I'm just saying it's what it looked like to me. I mean, I've been wrong before. I've been wrong before, but it don't happen that often. So I'm pretty sure I'm right. He kind of looks like that guy. Yeah, Murdaugh. He called himself Murdoch, but it was spelled like Murdaugh. It was Murdaugh. Yes, honey. Kind of reminds me of Murdaugh. He do, right? Right side, he do. He definitely. Oh shit! Yes, Jared. He looks like Phil Donahue. He do. So he's Phil Donahue if he killed his wife and son. Oh, Phil Donahue and Alex Murdaugh's love child. That's what this is. It's the love child for me because it's all about the love. You know what I'm saying? It's the love. It's the love for me. And then it made this judge we see. And it. Yes, Phil Donahue. It's the justice for me, honey. It's the justice for me. I want to hear him sob.
Mr. Brooks walking out the door, if that should happen.
Oh, there he is.
That he's on his way to WCS, which is literally a block away. If that does not happen, I want to make sure that
Daryl.
People are aware that he will not get on the GPS monitoring device, which I am ordering. I'm ordering him to pay for that as well.
Just release it.
Again, he's only to be released on a business day or business hours with the Sheriff's Department agreeing to contact WCS.
I promise not to laugh,
WCS
Daryl.
does not have Mr. Brooks come in with a matter of minutes. I would like them, I'm ordering them to then contact the Sheriff's Department of that. I am ordering, sir, that you not operate a motor vehicle. You may not possess any dangerous weapons or firearms.
What?
You are not to have contact with the families listed in
the firearms
victim identification sheet. You are to
web
only
arms?
disseminate that information to your lawyers.
Spider-Man.
Those are all the conditions of bail. If you violate any condition of
drove
bail,
his
including failing to
wacky
report
ass
separate bail, jumping charges
parade.
could be issued against you. In reviewing
And now he ain't crying the next day.
Of the Wisconsin statutes and 969.001 that talk about bail and release, the statute reads that
yes, honey, we hate him.
there should be reasonable
He is
conditions
a horrible,
designated
horrible,
to assure
horrible,
his or
whatever
her
the
appearance
fuck
in
he
court,
is.
Mr. Brooks,
I don't even want to
protect
call him a
members of
human.
the community from serious bodily harm.
He's a douche.
And those are the conditions that I just laid out. The bail may be imposed at or after the initial appearance. There should be a reasonable basis to believe that bail.
Daryl's a douche. Douche. Daryl's a douche. Douche. Daryl's a douche. I said that Daryl's a douche. Douche.
is necessary to assure appearance in court. Some of the things to be considered by the court with the conditions of bail are the number and gravity of the offenses, the potential penalty.
Yes, the penalties
the
for me.
defendant faces, whether or not the allegations are violent in nature.
And they were.
Actually, at one point, trying to avoid other vehicles. That the detectives, they're listed as Detective Casey and detectives that I should consider second degree reckless endangering safety
did it this
while
time,
armed,
didn't he?
felon in possession of a firearm.
It's
And
fucked
the
hard.
officer told me that the gun apparently was a stolen handgun. Those are allegations. He's out on bail on that.
Yeah, that gun. Oh, that's from the other
Also
charge.
out on bail on the Milwaukee case ending 45
he doesn't go to prison.
charged with second degree reckless endangering safety, disorderly conduct and battery.
Wait, bet you he doesn't get the prison job event. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Fucking not. He ain't getting no job or no van driver. Shit. Daryl ain't never had a fucking license. I don't think he's ever had a license. He just has an ID. The reason he ain't got no license is because you can't get a license if you, like, are back child support. They won't even let you get your fucking license. Isn't that some shit? They keep you from getting your license. Like once you're like back child support, and it's not, people just say, like some people they'll say passport. You can't get a passport, but you can't get a license either. They'll revoke your fucking license. And you can't get a license if you owe like what does you driving have to do with you being a shitty dad? Like like what is your driving skills? How do your driving skills get affected by your shitty daddiness? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm terrible father, so I suddenly can't drive. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't get the connection. But that's why all he had was an ID. And people kept saying he had a license too. No, we didn't see no license. They showed no license. All they ever showed was his ID. They said that's the thing he had on him. He had his identification card. It looks just like a license, but it says on it, identification card. That's not a license. It would say driver's license if it was a license. An identification card. That's what he had. Yeah. Mama, please read my earlier comments. Let's see. Sherry, let's see. What was my baby Sherry talking about? Mama, they've changed the court dates to 7/21, 10 a.m. and 8/14, 8:30. Change the dates off. Read, please. I'll have to look into that just to make sure. I haven't heard anything about that. But I will make sure. And if it is not, then I will move it back to the original day I was taking off. Because I was going to take off that Thursday. Because I really like taking off Thursdays. Because Wednesdays are half days. So when I take off Thursday, it's like this magical thing. I feel like I get like 2 weekends. Like right at one after the other. Because it's already Wednesday's half day. And then I'm off the next day. And then I go back to work. It's just Friday. And then bam. That's the weekend. So it's like I feel like I get 2 weekends in a row. So I had already took off that Thursday. But then because of the trial thing, I just moved it to that Monday instead of the Thursday. So if it's not, I'll just move it back and just take that Thursday off just for my own, sake of my own peace and, so drive myself crazy. He told interrogators, I do have a license. I have a license to be a douche. Okay? And I passed the test for it on the first shot because that's how good at being a douche I am. I'm the best. I'm the best. Douche around. And nothing's gonna ever put me down. I'm the best. Douche around. No one's gonna ever steal my crown. Yes. Oh, let's check up a collection for Daryl. Yeah, let's collect some glass. Let's collect broken glass, for Daryl. Shove it all inside of a pillowcase. Once we got it all full up, we'll sew it up and we'll send it to him and say, this is for you so you can feel comfortable, because we care. Now, don't shake it or nothing, okay? It's going to make you suspicious. Just put it on your bed and just flop down real hard, Get real comfortable because, your comfort is important to us. It is important to us. We care. Can't you tell? I am. Mama, you can tell, Candace. Yeah, Mama's starting to... It's so funny. Once I started to get sleepy, the things that happen to my body. It all started when I turned 40. Like, once I turned sleepy, it's like everything drops to the bottom of my stomach. Like, I get this weird drop in my stomach. Like, everything just drops. It's like this weird relaxing thing that happens where everything just drops to the bottom of my stomach. And I feel weighted. Like, I feel like I'm weighted down. Yeah. It's weird. And then I start to mentally disconnect. It's so funny. Remember back in the day, I used to so different when I was younger. Oh, youth. Oh, youth. It passes so fast. All right, y'all. We're going to head on out. Okay. 3 hours and 12 minutes. It was good hanging out with you. Okay. Do a big, huge shout out to just my MVP of the night, Samantha, holding mama down. Jeez. You be doing the most, honey. Mama appreciates you, okay? All right. All right. And Aaron, thank you for coming in. You know what I'm saying? You can tell mama's little feelings was getting a little hurt there for a second. Mama's little feelings got a little bit hurt there. Did Aaron come in? Okay. Thank you, Aaron. Mama love you. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. To my new members. Mama love you. Indeed, she do. And I don't know, somehow magically, I don't know why, but seems like I usually end up going live Thursdays, so there's a chance I may go live tomorrow. There's a chance I may go live tomorrow. I'm not sure. It just seems like I always do. I don't even know how that is the case, but usually I end up going live on Thursday, so I may be live tomorrow. Oh, GM. Oh, booby. Booby. Thank you, boo. Commissary is scarce for our buddy. Yes. Yes, poor thing. He gotta have to give all of his money back. That little tiny little bit of money he gonna get, they gonna take. Damn. Damn, Daryl, you done fucked up this time. I do not agree with the I do not agree to estoppel. Okay. Thank you, GM. Mama love you. Yes, she do. Yes, honey. LaShonda Taylor. Thank you, baby. Say good night. Yes. So long. Farewell. Avida. Say goodbye. And do. E do. E do. E do. E do. Boo. Oh, thank you, Aaron. Oh, said, I'm sorry. It was a tough night for you, mama. It wasn't a tough night. Actually, I had a really good day. I just it was weird once I noticed it. I was only getting stuff that doesn't, everything's like literally exclusively coming from this one person. It's kind of like the kind of engagement and stuff like that. I just worry about the engagement and stuff. It seems like if everybody's kind of really mentally here, want to make sure that they are. So I like kind of wear myself down with this ring light when you know like maybe people are like tired or whatnot. Oh, Michael M. Bastion or Michael. Thanks for the super chat, boo. Thank you, baby pie. Thank you, pocket pie. Oh my God. Jared, thank you, boo. Thank you, Jared. Thank you, honey pie. Thank you, honey pie. Yes, baby. Hey, you, Michael. Mama love you, Michael. Yes, you do. Yes, yes, you do. Okay. And Jared, thank you, boo. Mama love you, indeed. Yes, you do. And then, of course, LaShonda. I don't remember if I did it, so we're going to do it again, okay? Mama love you. Yes, you do. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm going to shut her down. Mama going to get some sleep. Gotta go back to this place. Gotta go back to this place tomorrow. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Oh. All here in the chat have got potential. We know what you can be. What you can be. I see your potential. What you can be. I've come to the conclusion that I'm not gonna leave you. Okay? You have my daughter. I know your potential. What you can be. Oh, Daryl, you slay me, boo. You know you do. You definitely do. Okay. All right, y'all. Good night, boobies. Mama love you. Okay. Y'all, be careful out there. I'll see you tomorrow. Probably. More than likely. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Goodbye.